trash with all the free time that I had. Invite friends over, armor battle and skiing. Intellivision, part of my childhood, my beam. Buzz bomb, a shark, you know I'ma win. Gonna make the fish bigger when I nip at the fin. Can't pick a favorite, cause I just love them all. Little kid, bedtime, still watch from the hall. My dad missed friends up late, no yawn. PGA golf, 4-player, it's on. How do I keep these memories? Don't want them to end. Amico is my pal, my buddy, my friend. Let's come together again. Mom, dad, sister, brother, and best friend. Up to 8 can play. Let's hit the couch. This is just the best day. Yeah, I think you get the gist. Family game night just got a whole new twist. Television meme still strong. Fan for life. That's why I sing this song. Basketball, boxing, hockey's got the pucks. Can't wait to get home and play Rigid Force Redux. Space battle, space Spartans. Playing Utopia, the rebels I'm hoarding. Staying up, playing games. You know I'm a talker, but I bet I'll get farther than you, a Night Stalker. Robots coming at me, but my friends got my back. Hit pause for a second, hit the fridge for a snack. Plane, shoot 'em up, going into free fall. When you thought I was gone, I'm coming back for y'all. Farkle and spades, poker, blackjack too. And I need my Amico, bet you want one too. This is just why I sing. Yes, the Amico is a very real thing. I want something to play. See video.
I'm telling you guys, if you say Tommy 3 times in the mirror, he will appear.
Chuck, that's ridiculous.
No,
We're not
swear.
in 7th grade, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, believe it. Believe in the cult. Why not you?
That stuff doesn't
trust
happen.
in the cult?
No, that's just
I'm
people
telling
on the
you.
So hold on,
internet.
wait, what do we do?
Close the door, here we go.
What do we do?
Trust me.
Okay, Chuck,
I'm
what do
telling
we
you,
do?
we're going to turn the light off. I'm going to say Tommy 3 times, and then he's going to appear. And you guys are going to freak the out.
Chuck, this doesn't happen, man.
This happens all the time.
That's just something you do on the internet.
Remember our cult prayers? Come on, guys.
Yes, but...
All right, here we go. Let's just try it. Are you ready?
All right, well, this is ridiculous.
All right, here we go. Here we
I can't
go.
believe we're in the bathroom.
I'm sweating profusely.
Tommy.
Tommy, Tommy. Amico!
So anyway, this has 64 points, and when you press down, it has a gyroscope, an accelerometer, wireless contact charging, LED lighting, color capacitive touchscreen.
I kind of wanted to still walk past the door and be like, you guys, you didn't wash your hands.
What is up, everyone? It is Thursday night. Do not adjust your set. As soon as Chris and John get here, this could be the largest NLG show ever. What's going on? I hope everybody liked that that absolutely excellent work by the Amico After-Dark Crew. So, and that stellar intro by wait a minute. Art Bigfall, what are you doing here?
How you doing? I'm just so excited. I wore my Next Level Gaming shirt. I'm having a great time. So excited to be part of Next Level Gaming. And that DJC song was awful, by the way. Guy doesn't know how to sing. It's not even real music. Rap music. Come on.
Well, first off, hold on. I gotta fix stuff. Why is... All right, what happened here? Peter's picture is now Cyrus's picture. What?
What? I knew
What?
this would
There
happen.
you go. Okay, there he is. There he is. I don't know what the hell happened there. So, see, this is what, okay. So, Art is on the show, and already things are screwed up. Already things are screwed up.
I bring a bunch of intelligence because we're going to have intelligent conversations about video games.
So,
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Yeah, yeah. Art, we need to talk, man. So
yeah, I want to sign that contract. I'm ready. I'm here. I got the Next Level Gaming shirt on. I'm the Shilzins. I'm Shilzins? I'm the Shills. I'm going to be one of them.
yeah, I had that contract for you on Saturday. You were supposed to
Oh,
be
no, I
there
couldn't
Saturday.
make it. There was a cake bake cook-off over down the street, and I I just have a hunkering for some cake, and I ate about 2 cakes, a coconut cream, and I actually had a banana cream pie. Actually, those weren't cakes. I stopped off at the bakery first, then I went to the the bake-off. I don't know, and then I had a coconut cake there and washed it down with a milkshake.
Did you enjoy those cakes?
Oh, it was fantastic! It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Milkshake
meant to bring
tasted
you guys
good.
some, and then I ate that too.
Milkshake tasted good and all that.
Oh, it's fantastic! It's just next level gaming, right? Woo!
Good. Because you know what? You'll be eating a lot more of those.
Oh, I can't
Because you're
wait! I hope
fired. You
What?
are fired. You should have been there Saturday. We needed help. You were nowhere to be seen. Nick was taking videos. Rab was taking videos. I was doing a live stream. My son was like, "Where's Art? I need Art." And I was like, "I don't know where Art is." You failed. You failed. You should have been there.
I didn't fail.
You
thought
should
the
have been there.
contract signing was tonight.
No, I said Saturday. I advertised it on Saturday. You're fired. You're fired. You got to go back to DJC because he can have.
He says
you.
he wants you over here. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
and you made an awful song. It's not even rock and roll. That's it. This ain't over, Mullis.
Oh, it's over.
There'll be plenty of time for eating cakes when he's living in the van down by the
river.
He already lives in a van down by the river.
Oh my goodness.
And thus begins our wrestling crossover with Talking Wrestling with Papa Pete and guys at Go Game Go.
We were there. We were there the whole time. I don't even know. Just go. Eat your cake now.
Like, I know nothing about
What an idiot.
right now.
Dude, why?
I'm sorry, guys. I kicked him out.
Chuck-
I told you he was bad news, and you had to try to hire him. Oh, by the way, I cut the sleeves off my Next Level Gaming shirt, so
I
check
see
that
that.
out.
Yeah, I see that. That's outstanding.
Anyways, now that that's out of the way.
Oh my goodness. Welcome everybody. I hope everybody's having a great Thursday night. We're still waiting on a couple of people to show up. Chris, as usual. We just should I don't know.
Well said, my friend. Well said.
Goodness gracious. See, if Chris is not careful, our Big Fall might have to come back and take his spot.
Well, I kicked him out of the building, so I mean, you can get a hold of him. You got his number and his info, so I wouldn't deal with that guy anymore.
I see. No.
I heard him talking to he was talking on the phone to someone named Alex C. I don't know what, or Alex M. I think it was.
Oh no!
I saw it on his phone. I was like, "Who's that?" And he said, "Get away!" And he was eating cake and stuff. It was stupid.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good at all. That's not good.
No.
All right. Well, you can.
I don't know
have it.
what's happening.
So, everyone else, how's everybody doing tonight? Look at this. We've got a motley crew. We got the After Dark crew. We're waiting on Retro Bro. He said he'd be on in a few minutes. I'm just waiting for him to say he's up and running. And Chris, wherever Chris is, Chris said, "Start without me," which we usually
car keys
do. We start without him.
Should we pray first? Oh, you're using that's right, the prayer bag.
Oh, the koozie, yes.
Prayer
bag. We're gonna do this. Let me do it right.
Oh boy. Where's Relic going?
Or something?
Where's Relic going?
Oh, what's happening?
Not sure what's happening.
Oh,
okay, let's do this.
What's going on?
All right.
Where did I put my bag?
I didn't get the one with the eye hole. Okay.
I don't know where the bag is. Oh well.
You should have made it go this way.
I did get
old man
get a bag.
cringe community.
So I got a nice bag, which I don't know what I'm gonna put for the console.
Yeah, we're not cringy at all, people. Like whatever that those accusations are is nothing but
accusations.
I mean, Cyrus is a little cringe, but it's okay.
Whippersnappers.
Cyrus is a little cringe, but I like a little cringe now and again.
There you go.
Nick, watch
I'm
your
a little
language.
soy chewy.
All
Well,
right.
if it
this is
wasn't
a
good,
friendly
then
show.
why would all of them watch
Why
it?
am I here again?
Yeah, you well, welcome to the show, Nick. So a couple people here on for the very first time, actually. Nick for Geeks from Cash is here for the first time, which is funny because we were going to get you on at some point anyway. Why not now?
I can't tell where I'm at.
Retro Advisory Board, his first time on the show. So long time coming.
No whammy.
Great. No whammies. Center square. Of course, Chuck DJC Game Studios, who made that
Great.
absolutely
Great to
awesome
be here.
intro music. Well,
Thank you.
not our intro music, just music, kind of thing. He made the music. I used it for the intro.
There you
And-
go. Why not?
And Relic Gamer, who, man, I've had the pleasure of getting to know over the last few, let's say 5, 6, 7 months. He's popped in the chat here and there. His lovely family I got to meet. It's great to have you guys on the show. And of course, our returning champions, Cyrus Martin
Yo.
and Dreadpool.
Yes, the naked podcaster.
Yes, we can't see him, and from what I understand, I don't think we want to.
I've got I've got the fireproof Amico racing gear on, even the helmet too. So
Oh,
I'm supporting it.
that's
Right.
that's the best way.
You guys didn't know?
The man knows his audio. You don't let anything interfere.
You
No
better
fabric.
call.
So nah, it's all good.
All good. So, let's see. John and Chris not being here is throwing me all kinds of off. Because it's like we're missing two
lopsided.
people out of the bottom.
What do we
Peter!
do?
Peter, how are you, brother? Peter.
Oh, sorry. So, I was waiting for access to show in this empty squares, like we buzz them out. But now I'm doing good. It was a crazy week.
Yeah.
So on Friday was my daughter's birthday, and it's all good. And then we went swimming, and then we got rear-ended. That wasn't too bad, but still, to her it was the worst birthday ever. So we were all fine. So and after that we got home, and then we lit fireworks, so everything was good again.
There you go.
There you go.
There you
Happy
go.
birthday to her.
Happy birthday,
thanks.
Haley.
And,
Happy birthday.
You know what would have been a great
and
birthday
then on that
gift,
Sunday
Peter?
we had a birthday party, so that's why I couldn't
nice.
meet up with you guys and
You know, would have been a great
be a
birthday
little
gift.
experience, because really wanted to be there, but unfortunately I
know.
could not. Glad
No.
Mike did a good job at feeling me with this video, so felt like I was partially there. And now with you guys being down here, it's like
Okay,
Yeah.
John's ready. Well, we missed
He's
you. I
open
mean,
up.
we really did miss you. And there's Seth. Hold on, let me get John in. We really did miss you. We really did. We were sorry that you couldn't make it. I was kind of half joking. A great birthday gift for Haley would have been coming to. But
it's kind of funny because I mentioned and she said like, "Oh, is Spencer there?"
Spencer
Well,
did
not
go.
yet, but
Spencer did
Yeah, he
show up.
did go.
Seth was
Like-
there all weekend. And all right, here's John.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Dun, dun, dun,
All
dun, 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 dun.
All right, hang on a second. I'm gonna see.
Can you hear us, John?
So Seth, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
So
Hey, Seth.
What's up, Seth?
Hey, Seth. Long time no see.
There's Cyrus. There's Dread. That he said, tell them what you told Mom about the car ride.
John can't hear us.
It's good. Okay. He told my wife best car ride ever, or best road trip ever. He told my wife.
You can let them know by the end of the show that road trip will be on Anchor.
Oh,
Nice.
excellent. You know what we got to do? There's a place, if you don't mind, there's a Google Drive that we all set up for our footage and stuff that if you upload it there, we could, have it for posterity.
Yeah, we should get Dread access to that. He needs access to all that footage anyway.
Yes, because I know we all have some footage of you, Dread. and it'd be great for you to be able to have some of that too. So,
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
so
That way I can prove I was actually there.
Hey, I posted you photobombing.
Fake news.
Oh, I know.
I even put music with little hearts on it. I mean, come
You're
on.
not the
What
only.
more do you want?
You're not the only one I photobombed. Mike saw one of the last ones I
You wanna-
photobombed.
I know. Do you want to tell everybody really quick? So, what was your thoughts on the weekend?
It was good.
Yeah, and
Oh,
and the Amico.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready for it?
Yeah.
How about the Amico party that we were all at? Huh? That was fun.
How about the party, Mr. Chuck was saying? How about that party Friday night?
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite game?
Astro Smash.
That's what I'm talking about. He said Astro Smash.
Nice.
That's
Good man. Good man.
So, all right, you headed to bed, bud? All right.
quick shout out to Brutally Honest Gamer for the $5 super chat. AmicoFest 2022. Need to get a Holiday Inn convention hall rented somewhere.
Yes, that would work.
I'm telling you, my arcade 2022. Come on down. I'm more than happy to stream and have everyone over.
I think I already told Seth that we would do that. So.
Yeah, that's it. It's great. I got a bunch of arcades. The kids are more than welcome to come by, and just like last time, it was so great.
I'm kind of afraid to come to your place, Chuck. I'll end up trying to find a way to get an arcade cabinet back to Colorado.
I'll have some available. Yeah, make sure you bring in at least a truck or two. Be more than happy. I'll make you some deals.
I have not heard good things about the airport over there. That's the only thing I'm like.
Well, I'm not. Well, I bet I shouldn't say where I'm at, so never mind.
Thank you, Lady Ventress. The super chat.
Sorry, I'm fixing people as we go here. It's
Hey,
just,
Felix, fix it.
Yeah, you got a lot of work just to kind of get us all. Wow, I look all super. Wow,
I'm super distorted.
What? No, you're not. Not anymore. All right, there we go. There we go. Now we got it. Well, your camera already has a fisheye lens on it, so.
Oh,
yeah.
This lens does, yes.
So,
I think I still have echo going on mine. Or am I okay now? Maybe I'm okay now. Every once in a while, I get an echo.
No, you should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah. John, can you hear us?
I can now.
Good.
How do I sound?
You sound
Because I
great.
did just-
You sound great.
I sound better than last night. It took you guys 3 hours. 3 hours
Right
to tell me my audio was messed up last night. Thanks for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
3 hours.
Oh man.
We're here to help.
So, my God, the chat room, by the way, man, we're already. I haven't even had a chance to look with all these technical issues. Want to say good evening to, of course, Back from the Dead, Mega Myke. Who,
One
by the
second,
way-
back from the dead. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Back. Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Mr. Jeff Davis in the house. Mr. Shu. All right, so we gotta get this right. Rab, did you say it's Shua? Mr. Shua?
I always say Schwa.
Okay,
Schwa.
Mr.
Oh, I always
Shua.
said Schwa. I didn't know.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Shua. Chris Westerman, good evening. Here's Johnny's in the house, Brother Infinite. Lady Ventress, another wonderful member of the Relic family that we met this weekend. You got a great family,
Negative.
Relic.
Sock,
You really do.
sock account.
So that's all right. We'll take it. Brother Pong Soul is in the house. Lapanier, who shows up every once in a while and comes and says hi when he knows there's good Amico talk happening. Panda Sub 2000's in the house. Who else we got here? Who am I missing? Brutally Honest Gamer, who I think I met through Saggy's channel, and then he asked me if he could use some footage. I told him absolutely, and there you go. Indie Gamers in the house, Brother Indie. Doggy Dog. Now Doggy Dog 420. I know he wants to see what we're going to be showing tonight and talking about tonight, because he's an old Intellivision guy too.
Very cool.
Not just Astro Smash, but he's been asking about Burger Time. So we got to get some more info on Burger Time. We got to get that out of Tommy.
Think multiplayer.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
The man Johnny Ups, not Johnny UPS. Johnny Ups is in the house.
Although Saggy was still calling him Johnny UPS in our stream today.
Games
Good job,
just want to have fun. Welcome, Sister Lupa's in the house. Now, Sister Lupa, AssassinLupa, she's actually kind of interested in the Amico as well. She was in the chat asking questions last time Tommy was on, so hopefully some of the things that we're going to show and talk about tonight will interest her. Let's see who else we got. Man, Brother Niles in the house, and then of course us. So, all right. So we had this incredible. Well, thank you for joining us, Games. Seriously. And this is a great chat room. I mean, fun, friendly. I'll just lay it out there now. Is no nonsense. We zero tolerance policy. I got mods all over the place. You know, come have a good time. Talk with our friends and be respectful. So. Still waiting on Chris. Don't know where the hell he is. So I wanted to start actually with Dread, and I wanted to get Dread's kind of opinion on this past weekend and the AmicoFest. But as we deemed it, AmicoFest 2021. You see the picture above with all the folks who were there. Some great people that we met, and Dread came up from south, from somewhere in the Alligator region, and I remember Dread, you telling me, what is this? What are we doing? What are we, And by the end of the weekend, your thoughts. Dread? Yes. Dread, you might have fallen asleep. Only what he saw here on our channel. Yeah. No, he knew Yep. So to come up, because he was wondering when he could get a chance to at least, check it out. So I told him about the event, and he was like, "Oh, I'm there," and he got his plane ticket, got his thing, and then that's why I asked you. I was like, "Hey, would it be all right to bring him in on Friday? Because he is coming up. He's gonna be by himself, and you were so gracious to have him, like the rest of us. You were so gracious to have him, and he really, once he comes back into the fold here, I think he really enjoyed himself. So I'm gonna text him real quick and tell him we can't hear him. So all right, well, so I have lots of video footage we can show tonight while we're talking, and I'm gonna yes, there he is. I didn't mean it that way. Again with the audio? Oh. You know why? I know why. Because wait a minute, let me find. All right, well, hold on. Now can't hear anyone. I'll tell you what. It's because Chris isn't here. Why? That's really what it is, because he's not here. This really is.
To the next level.
All right, how about now? All right. I think we're okay now.
All right.
I keep
Can
seeing
you hear us? We're back.
Yay.
All right, we're back.
Yeah,
Okay.
being the pity party for Dread, But it was you guys were all
a pity
welcoming.
party. Good lord.
Absolutely.
So, but no, it was cool. You know, everybody was welcoming. It wasn't like, who's this guy? Oh, that's Mike's +2 or whatever you want to call it. You know, it wasn't
Mike's
like that
+2.
stuff. So, but no, like I said, it was cool. And then, you know, experiencing it was mind blowing. Once, you know, like I said, you know what you know, but like Cyrus has said, until you have it in your hands, you don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
That's
have
very true.
You did say that. You know, and you even said it here on our show, Cyrus, is that until you actually touch it, until you actually play it, and I remember you saying, when you do, you'll get it.
Well, I felt like people didn't really want to hear what I had to say anymore because I was kind of saying it a lot, and you know, I felt like the weird guy who did something nobody else had done, and they're like, who's this guy? Who got a big head? All of a sudden, thinking Mr. Amico over here because he played it, you know. So it was kind of weird talking about it. You know, I got kind of, I don't know, I got a lot of heat, obviously, from a lot of people. But just talking to you guys, I felt kind of weird because I was like, I wanted so desperately for you to understand it, but I couldn't explain it properly, and I knew that it wasn't possible. Like, you had to play it. That was the only way to get it.
It's almost like they took George Plimpton to heart. Once you compare, you know. You know?
Yeah.
Once
Well,
you
yeah,
go, once
guys,
you go Amico, you
Left
know,
me rather flat.
Right. You guys don't even know what a weight it was off of me for you guys to finally play it. Like, it was like, finally, I'm not alone in this boat. You know, like, my friends, it was me and it was Relic, and we're sitting there in this boat just trying to paddle, and this thing is not going. But now we all have paddles.
Well,
So
yes.
And
So
They're
Smash
all in
JT.
the same boat with us now.
But the question is, do the paddles help? Or are they like the goggles and they do nothing?
Did we have our Amico goggles on?
I'm wearing mine. Did you guys get the blue Amico goggles?
No.
Mine are
Everything looks better.
I feel like I got like jousted. I should have.
And you just put the disc right on the other side of it, and it fits. Okay, I'm done.
Dreadpool, I wanted to say, Dreadpool, like, if you hadn't been there on that ride with me and Mullis, it would.
Dude, I cannot wait for this, by the way.
It's so fun. Like, I love Dreadpool's. Like, I feel like we've become like ancient old friends from back in the day, and we only known each other a few days. Like, what a great experience. I'm so glad that we had that, because it would have been absolutely terrifying if not for Dreadpool there to sort of like alleviate some of the stress.
I don't think Mike would have made it there. You probably would have strangled him.
which is great, because Dread is the one that's, first off, Dread's the one going, oh, this is great. This is like in a horror movie. And and Seth's going, this is just nature, Mr. Cyrus. Why do you think this is creepy?
The first thing Cyrus says to me after meeting him for the first time, we've been friends for what, 3-4 years. Cyrus looks at me. He doesn't say a word. He goes, "You realize you live in a horror movie, right?" I'm like, you know what? You're not wrong, because that's how Pennsylvania is, like, outside of the big cities. It literally is like every horror movie you've ever seen that involves some sort of like.
These
killer.
guys are so full of crap, because they're like, the whole time they're like, no, this is fine. And then they would see some absolutely like terrifying building, and they'd be like, check that out. And I'd be like, what are you, like, you just got this thing and everything's fine. Come on.
Yeah, the state flag for Pennsylvania is just like Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
I swear it felt that way, man. That and, like, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street, because we got off the turnpike because our GPS did us dirty and took us like through all these little subdivisions, and like some of these houses were fine, some of them are like just huge mansions, and then like you go one block down and it's this old ratty boarded up like 2-story house that It's just like understood in that neighborhood that it's like the murder house. Nobody goes there. All the other houses are nice. It's the one nasty one nobody goes to.
Every house was a murder house. They were all murder houses.
Sean was driving us to his house, and being from the West Coast, things are not that old. I mean, if you drive past a cemetery, there's just a certain look to it over here. And you go through a cemetery, you drive past a cemetery in Pennsylvania, and it is like a horror film. Like the way each of the tombstones is shaped, you're like, whoa, look at those. I've never seen them look like that. I mean, in a movie, I was thinking to myself, like, that's really cool. Because really, I've never seen them like that.
That's cool.
Well, and then to make matters more fun, Dredd wanted me to stop a couple times to take pictures of the houses. And then Seth had to stop. Seth had to stop.
That's not weird for the people that live there at all.
Right. And then Seth,
like, imagine being the guy who lived there and some car just stops.
Who are you?
Yeah, what do you think for the next few days? You know,
you guys don't understand. I sponsor haunted houses. And I do the scaring, okay? So when it comes to scare stuff, it doesn't bother me because I'm the one that scares people. So seeing stuff like this is really cool because the one we're doing this year is going to be a gypsy caravan. So, yeah.
So you're gonna base your new stuff on what you saw in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
I'm gonna add to it, yeah.
Well, and then to make matters worse, Seth had to stop to at like this little abandoned roundabout to use the bathroom because he couldn't hold it till we got to, because there are no other exits in Pennsylvania. There's one highway with one exit, and that's
because you were on the turnpike. That's why.
It's a very large state, yeah.
I was saying, why don't we just knock on the door? Someone will be polite enough to let a kid in.
Come into my home.
Here's three guys.
That's about what Cyrus said.
3 guys and the kid. Hey, can we use your bathroom?
They're literally like wiping the blood off their gloves and apron as we walk in.
Right? You're on a country road and you're saying the first thing is we're lost.
Right. Oh, hold on. Let me turn off
kid
that song.
challenging you on the porch with the banjo.
Make far more sense.
I am glad to hear, by the way, that
By the way,
somebody else
in Pennsylvania, beautiful.
The bathroom is in the basement. That's funny, man.
At least they have a bathroom indoors.
There's no light.
You got one in this shed out here. Just turn the rusty handle.
That light went out in about 87.
This was, by the way, our entire drive. This was our entire. With Cyrus just
And
going.
it took you. How long did it take you to get from the airport until you arrived at my house? Was that 2.5 hours?
3
Oh, it
hours.
was over 3 hours.
3 hours.
Oh. Cyrus, how long did it take me to take you to the airport?
Okay, that's not fair. Hold on. Hold on, that's
You
not
say
fair.
3 hours, by the way.
It was, first of all, it was raining when John took me in the morning, and it still took us less than 2 hours to get to the airport. I think it was maybe an hour and a half.
Really get her on the fire.
But-
Nice memes.
But look at it this way. Did you have a story to tell?
We
No.
There
There
you
wasn't a
go.
story to tell.
No, because I hate getting no. I'm okay.
He's still
I'm
alive,
okay.
so it was a successful trip.
Cyrus's
One way
story
to-
started once he got to the airport and
Oh
sat
my
on the
God.
runway for 3 hours.
Oh yeah, that was.
Dude, I would have been stabbing people. I'm telling you, I hate flying to begin with. If I get stuck on a runway for 3 hours, I'm going to jail. I'll tell you that right now.
Dude,
We
memes,
had a
memes,
in
memes is
Charlotte,
cracking me
and
up in the chat,
funny-
man.
And the funny thing that happened was we were all sitting there waiting, and they had this issue of getting fuel into the plane, and so the pilot starts explaining how, well, we have this problem getting the fuel into the wings, and we're gonna have to pull the fuel out, and we've got the fire department coming, and we're like looking at each other like, well, wait, what? What did you just say? Fire department?
There's some things you probably shouldn't tell the passengers.
Yeah,
I
I
would
was
imagine
like,
that's up there,
don't
like in
tell
the
us
top
that.
10.
Yeah, I was sitting on a tarmac, and I think I was in Pittsburgh, so this was brutally honest gamer. This is near you, but the flight attendant came and said a piece fell off the airplane, so they're going to get it and reattach it. And they told us, and we're like, "Can we get off now?" Like, that's not something you tell people.
The piece fell off. We're not really sure what it was. There's
Well,
this
they
thing. It
have
looks
to get
kind of
some-
like this. We don't know what it is.
Yeah,
It
they
fell
just have to
off.
get some Hubba Bubba, chew it up, and then stick it together. Hopefully it stays.
Just use a command
Does
strip.
anybody have any gum?
Command strip.
Gorilla glue.
You can pull it off. It doesn't leave a mark, and it holds the plane together.
Does anyone on the plane happen to know how to build airplanes? Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone
a mechanic on the
familiar?
plane.
Does anyone know what happens when both engines go off? Just asking for a friend.
You use the reserve. You flap your wings, the hands.
Everybody stick their hands out and do this.
Oh my
It's kind
god!
of like
good.
the old Viking days. You know, everybody took a turn at the paddle. Row,
Right.
Oh
row. You
my
just gotta
god!
flap. Everybody stick their
Flap.
arm out the window.
It's like the Simpsons. Mush. Rest.
Well, they can always.
Oh, what is
like they
going
did in
on?
Warner
Axel-
Brothers cartoons,
Axel
they can always-
1324
They can always
is-
apply the air brakes.
Yeah. Axel 1324. What is up, Brian F? What is up, Ted
I can't
Brenneman?
pay for that one.
Brother Monkey Punch in the house. A grumpy old guy gaming. He said that's absolutely Pennsylvania. Oh man. And Johnny Upside. I hate to bring this back to Amico stuff, but he did say something that Seth actually said to me. He said, "Do the bombs and Dino Blasters look like Xbox logos to anybody else?" And that is exactly what Seth said to me.
Is that the new Pac-Man? Hey, it's an NLG chat. I mean the show. I'm not in the chat. I had to-
Yes, you had to do
So
that.
it's the new Centipede. I get it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Dig Dug. I got you.
Yes. It's Dig Dug. So after we all get there, and Nick, I want to say thank you for admitting that you got sidetracked by your GPS, because that's what happened to us at first. I will take I will take responsibility for missing that non-exit exit. But we got routed because of
Mike,
traffic.
you missed like 4 exits. Like, let's
I
be
did
clear
not.
about something. Yes, you did. You missed the Lehigh Valley exit. You went up to the next one. If you went through the bridge, that means you missed the one after
No,
that.
so it
And
wasn't.
then you got to 903 Lake Harmony, and you finally got off up there. If I'm not
He
mistaken.
was up in like the southern tier of New York.
Yeah, he saw two that he missed. That's the thing. He saw two of them.
I seriously don't
I think he
remember
did it on
crossing
purpose.
the border because I thought I saw some moose out there.
Here you go with the moose again. Always with the moose.
If you were in the Poconos, you were closer to New York than you were to Philly at that point.
Sure.
We were deep into the thick. We were in places people aren't supposed to go. Like it was not good.
We had a pack of wolves following us.
We went up a mountain and down a mountain.
Yes, we did. And then
not-
through a mountain. We went through a mountain.
Not Washington level mountains. They're Pennsylvania level mountains.
Yeah, no.
Like
Like
cobweb.
the Alleghenies. Yeah, So, all right. So we finally get to we get to the hotel, and then we get to John's house. So it's 6 o'clock or something like that. Before I picked for context, I picked them up from Philadelphia International Airport at 1 or 2:30.
You
6
you
o'clock.
left off the part where we went to your hotel.
Yes, we went to the hotel. Checked
What
in real
happened
quick.
there?
Yeah.
Oh,
That
It was like it was about right. It's about what it fit with the mood. Let's say that. It looked like the inside, but not as like opulent. But it looked like the inside of the Shining Hotel, kind of like with the
Right?
old carpet and like the
Oh, you
dimly
read the
lit
bedrooms.
hall. Yeah.
Yeah,
was no
So
blood on the
was
I
I.
took pictures of all the dings and damage that was there before as we walked in, because I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm getting blamed for all this, because it looked like there was a fight in there.
Oh my god.
But I don't think you had to worry, because I don't think they realized there was anything wrong. I think
No,
that
I
was
think
just
so.
yeah. And what
It
was the
normal for
smell?
them.
What
Oh,
was the
that's-
smell?
I don't know, some sort of moldy smell. I cranked
Like
that AC down to
formaldehyde?
like 60 something. And when I came back, it was okay. But the next day, because I brought it back up to like 70,
Yep.
that smell was back. And I was like, oh, drop that thing down. I don't care how bad I freeze. I don't want to smell that stuff.
Dude, did you try the bathroom that first day? It was flooded with urine. It was just a delight. A delight.
Really?
The whole
Mine
main
wasn't.
on the main floor.
Red roof.
Yeah. Red roof.
Oh my goodness! Did we lose? We lost Nick.
Coincidence? I don't think so.
I thought Nick was just laughing this whole time. We lost Nick.
Oh God.
Yeah. That's hilarious. We lost Nick like 10 minutes ago.
He's really holding it.
I
on.
thought he was just. I thought he was just laughing at our ridiculous story. So all right, so we get through the hotel, and finally, we get to John's house, and it's not that we were also not the we got there at the same time that Rab did, so at least we weren't the last ones in the door. So and Tommy hadn't shown up yet.
The weights of Jersey, that's different.
Max got there the same time we got there too. So.
Yep. And then Tommy showed up, and
we were about to throw bets to see if you guys would come before Tommy. You know, see who got there first.
we were debating that
It was a
same
race of time.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we called John, and I said, John, you know, he's not listening, so I can say this. John, I love you, man, but your state sucks. So.
Oh, you're dead.
And so we got there, and we called him, and he said, "Don't worry, Tommy's plane is delayed." So everybody in some way got delayed, and he said, "Don't worry, he's not going to get there till like 7." So we were like, all right. So I could stop at the hotel. In the meantime, I called my wife, and she's laughing at me. You know, everybody else in the car is scared to death. My wife's laughing at me. And so we finally get to John's, and
Mike, can I ask you a question? Don't
Yes.
you lead like camping trips in the middle of the woods? How do you not get these kids lost in the woods to where you're like found on some National Geographic channel and there's a documentary about you?
That's why they're Boy Scouts. They help them get out.
Yeah.
The cops are like, you again.
They link those little chains and cables to each other.
Well, the funny thing is, Mike, because you've been up this way before because you've told me you've gone to Great Wolf.
we have. And we
I don't know. How did you get? Did your wife drive? Is she just better at directions?
Wow.
He doesn't listen to the back.
This is exactly what I wanted to go through tonight. This is the roast of Mike Mullis on his own show. This is
difficulties, and the panel dropped by half.
Yeah. So
I love you.
Yeah.
Mike. No,
At least
you're tall. You could beat me up probably. So, yeah.
At least Nick thought it was funny.
Now, here's another thing, Peter.
He's still laughing.
So listen to this. Every single one of them thinks I am Sasquatch, and I said to them, I said, well, Peter is taller than I am. Somehow, because they're all short, I am like, because I'm 6 foot, I apparently towered over everybody.
We have to sit up straight.
The only ones you didn't
tall,
tower
dude.
over was Cyrus and
Max.
Mad Max.
Yeah. Max is tall too. Yeah.
Max is tall. So.
I'm 6'1".
I always say, like, once you
you
go
just
like
don't-
towards New Jersey and etc., then everybody becomes smaller and smaller.
But Mullis, you just don't come across as being that big. Like, I don't know what it is. Like,
Yeah. It's like an
everybody-
illusion, man.
It's an illusion. As I sit like this.
All
I'm like,
mirrors.
Yeah.
He sits
From
low
now
in that
on, I'm
chair.
just gonna
Now-
have
now
to,
he keeps sitting up. He keeps moving in
now,
his chair.
now I'm conscious about it. I'm gonna have to lift my chair up here a little bit.
Hey, let's not get that far because we're gonna have a belt buckle and a zipper in the picture.
As long as it's
This is how tall I am.
You're
All right.
You're assuming I'm wearing pants. All right, so
Oh.
we get to John's house, and so Tommy finally arrives. Hold on, I do have video of Tommy arriving, which was like like The Godfather rolled in, kind of
kind of dramatic.
It was kind of Here.
Well, we were excited about the
It's like the
Amico.
Duke's entrance scene from like Escape from New York.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So he comes in and John's getting there. So there's a bunch of lovely people. Now, who came with you, Chuck? Because I can't remember their names.
My buddy Andy is the one with the beard. The guy with the plaid shirt, that's my buddy Justin. Yeah, he drove like everywhere because I rented the Jeep, but I was like, I don't want to drive. I was like, can you just drive us everywhere? He's like, fine.
And Chuck's all like, so you're going to be driving, and I'll be in the back seat if you need me. So,
Like I've driven so much. Like when I lived in California, I'd drive constantly back across the state and back and across, and I don't know. It got to a point in the last couple of years. Unless if it's a long trip, I just don't think I could pull it off anymore. I'd rather just be like, I'll throw you some money, or don't worry about the rental.
I'd rather be the one to drive because I hate sitting in a car for an extended period of time if I'm not driving.
It was the ride home was like that. I felt like I was like restless, really restless. And then I totally forgot that I brought my Evercade and my Switch, right? And I had it in the armrest or the center console. And I'm like, why didn't I break that out? It was like when I got home, like, oh yeah, that's in there.
Well, I would have rather drove as well. I just didn't realize it until it was too late to do anything about it. But
that passenger brake didn't work very well, did it?
There was times when I thought about just opening the door and just rolling out and seeing what happened, like
fucking roll.
You could have done that, called me, I would have come grabbed you, and by the time we got back to my house, they still wouldn't have been there.
I would have rolled down the side of the mountain faster than it took us to get down that mountain, I think.
Well, with all the traffic we hit at first, yeah, you could have probably walked there by then. By the way, say hi to everybody because it's the last time they're all coming on my show.
It's been fun, folks.
You've been great.
Yeah,
hit that like button.
Yeah. Yeah, bring Art Big Fall back.
He's gone. He's left. He's gone. I mean, I threw a cake outside and locked the door, and he ran after it.
So, what's up, Thomas Bryant and Swami? It's Swami Ills, right? I do got that right? Swami Ills.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I call him.
All right. So
he's never corrected me. So
somebody please tell Nick some sad news, Johnny. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave that there because he just looks so happy. That's him. That's him pre-ordering the Steam Deck. Is what that is. So that's right, Christian. That's right, Christian. I will never live this down. Clearly, this will be lore, Amico lore for forever. So, go ahead, Dred.
I was gonna say I already told you that.
Pile it on.
What was it, Saturday? I was like, you're never gonna live this down. You know that, right?
Nah,
never. I'll never let you forget it.
No,
that's right, because it's gonna be on Anchor too, so everybody will hear about it.
Jesus.
We haven't even heard it yet. You guys wait till that happens.
Oh, yeah. I cannot wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Looking forward to it.
You know what the best part was? I worked the night before, went home. What was it? I got out at 4, got to the airport by 6, and I've been going nonstop ever since. So Friday night was the only night I slept, and then Saturday was the same thing. Just go, 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 go. By the time we got back to the hotel, I stayed up for 2 hours so I can get back, so I can get the Uber or Lyft, whichever one it was, to get to the airport on time. And then I ran into Tommy at the airport going out.
Wow.
Nice.
I was like, Tommy, can we hit one of these TVs and Amico it? He kind of gave me that look.
Don't tempt me.
That happened.
Well, you got this look on your face all the time where nobody can tell if you're really joking or not. Like, it's like, is he? I'm sure. I bet Tommy had that moment where he's like, "Is he for real?"
We were in line in Texas waiting to get on our from the gate, and I see, and Tommy's like walks right in front of me, and I'm like, "Whoa!" It's like, and said, "Hey," and he's all, "Oh, hey."
This might, I don't know how much video you have here, but this was right before he booted up the UI.
Yes.
So I don't know how long this goes.
Well, it kind of went a minute. So we didn't get the I didn't. I turned off the camera before before he turned it on. Trust me, I would not do that to him.
Well, why do you guys? Somebody had asked this in I think a comment section. Why do you think he's kind of being quiet about the UI? I don't understand why he's doing that.
It is a reveal. It is a
Is it a reveal?
It is a reveal for a larger
reveal thing.
Yeah.
Go
on
and
a
I get
television
that.
show,
I get that.
if you're gonna go on a YouTuber channel
I
who
get
has
that.
15 million,
Yeah,
you want to give them something. And this is their first look at the opening sequence and what you're gonna see and how to access the games and how you access the store. That's going to
Which
be
he did
a
show
significant
us.
reveal.
Which he did show us. There was a lot of
He
people
did.
claiming there was, I know, one claim in particular. Unfortunately, the people have a big following that said there is no working UI, and I'm thinking, well, I saw it and I saw the store and I saw all the things you could do. So unless
And it's
Tommy drugged
clever.
all of us, but it's definitely there.
No, it's
In
there.
fact, I'm gonna do a separate.
It's not just like it's not like partially there or
Yeah.
still
Well,
in the works. It's
I
like
plan-
fully working.
I plan
Yeah,
on
fully
doing a
functional.
video. I plan on doing a video myself where I just sort of kind of like what I did about physical media a few months ago, where I just talk about like, hey, I got this to see a working UI, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I have so many. I'm sorry. I have so many ideas. I don't know if I can swear on this show.
It's Seth what I said. You're good.
You're always
Fast
Mike's
10.
always yelling at me like in that one video. He's recording me playing Moon Patrol, and I rage quit, and he goes, "How am I going to show this to my kids, John?"
Hold on, I gotta see if I downloaded that. I'm pretty sure I did. 'Cause
Yeah,
was
you did. I
hilarious.
saw it somewhere.
It's in the drive.
Here it is. Hold on.
There.
So this is John. Hold on. This is John playing Moon Patrol, and
Jump there, jump, or well, off the ramp. Yeah.
do you even Moon Patrol, bro?
I do not.
Why are you jumping when you want to jump?
Fuck you! I fucked up. See?
How can I show this to my children, John? So, now, where did DJC go?
Uh-oh.
We're
Art
just
Big
losing
Fall.
everybody.
I think Art Big Fall just.
This might be too many people. It might
No,
just be that.
I was
also
dropped
muted.
earlier too.
It
from
shouldn't
Skype
be.
and just had to rejoin. So.
I got booted out earlier.
Yeah, I got
everyone.
booted out
I did
earlier.
too.
I rejoined, no problem.
I did too. So
This
weren't
doesn't
there-
happen on StreamYard, by the way. I'm just saying.
This didn't used to happen before Microsoft bought Skype.
Well, I tell you what, guys. So we all got into John's basement, which could only be described as an Amazon rainforest. It was hot. We were all sweaty. It was a lot of people down there. Because Tommy said,
So
"All right,
here-
bring
here's-
everybody down."
I'll tell you guys a quick story real quick, and I think only Relic knows this. But Relic and his wife and Nick and his wife had come over. They were over a few hours before everybody else was. So we were just hanging out. We started to have a few drinks early, and we're downstairs setting up. And I'm like, it's not warm down here, but I'm afraid it might get warm. And I'm looking for this big box fan that I used to have, which apparently I threw out because I literally never used it. Because typically it's like 70 degrees down here. It's nice down here. But I'm like, it'll get warm. And everyone's like, I wasn't really worried about it, this and that. And I'm like, so I would have gone to probably get more fans. But everyone's like, nah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So, but yeah, it was incredibly hot, but everyone still stayed down here,
Well, because both Amicos were down there. I remember you saying your original idea was to put one upstairs and one downstairs, but somehow they both ended up downstairs. So nobody went upstairs except to get food.
Yeah. And cool off.
And cool off, right.
Yeah,
I think
that
we went
was the
out.
thing.
We went outside to cool off, is what we did.
I think you could even notice the ones that were in the basement for too long. When they went to go up the stairs, you could see them kind of struggling.
Yeah.
Grabbing that armrail.
Right. Like it sapped my energy.
I was legitimately worried, like we had broken my air conditioning in the house because it could not keep up. At one point, I just turned it off. I'm like, this isn't working. I'm just gonna turn it off. And then when everybody left, I closed the windows back up. I'm like, all right, say a prayer. This still works. And then it cooled off relatively quick, which was nice.
Yeah. So 20, 25 people shoved in your basement.
It'll do that.
And we
A
got
lot of people.
Yeah, and then we got to play. And so I was holding on to this. So I mentioned this last night, and I've mentioned this. I think I mentioned it on the live stream, and this was a really great for me. Let me do the one with let me do the better video. A moment that I will remember is, Tommy's talking about he's talking about the UI, and we can't show it, and and so on and so on and so on. And he boots up Astro Smash. So, and then before he even sets up the second Amico, he looks over and he points at me and he says, "All right, Myke, come here." And he said, "You've been waiting for this for a year and a half." He said, "You're first." And this is me getting ready to get started with it. And Tommy calling that out like that in front of a room full of people was just awesome. I mean, I'm always the guy, one of the guys of all of us, we all do it, but I'm one of those guys that's always out there. You guys don't know who Tommy Tallarico is. You guys just don't know who he is. This is why, because these are the things that he does and things that he remembers. And Chuck's back. What did he say to you?
Hey, am I?
Yeah. What did he say to you last night, Chuck? When he gets
I sneak
bowling
in.
done, right? When he gets bowling, you're up.
Oh yeah. I get the first try at bowling. So I'm pretty excited about that. I am that guy. Awesome. I play that to this day. It's still one of my favorite games. It's even though it's blocky and weird, I freaking love it. So yeah, I'm really stoked. That was very nice. So he's a great guy. He really is.
Hey, Myke.
Yes.
Are we allowed to talk about how long it took to start the Amico from it being off?
I believe that. Because he even had Max time it on his phone.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Can we tell 30 seconds? Yeah,
I'll tell. I'll get in trouble for us. 30 seconds. And that was at a cold boot. That's at a cold boot hookup start. It does have. Yeah. He did say it does have a. It has energy saver mode, and he says that's seconds. So yeah.
We can tell about the other part. The story.
Oh yeah. So.
Right. Can we?
Can we?
No, I don't know.
He didn't really say. He talked about it, but he didn't say yes or no on it. So
why don't we hold?
I usually define.
Let's hold on.
Why don't we
go with no?
Yeah. Why don't we let him? I mean, look.
But I'll tell you what. I pulled him aside and he told me about it, and it was really cool that they put so much thought into this part of what we can't talk about. They put a lot of thought in and a lot of little details that in the grand scheme of things means nothing, but it was really cool that there was something that they did just for something so minuscule, right?
Yeah.
So without talking about it, it was really cool about the whole grand scheme of how they thought every little detail out. So just keep in mind, look for it later on when he tells us we can actually talk about it.
Yeah, I got first dibs on Care Bears.
Oh, of course. That's an exclusive for you, buddy.
I wanted to stay in that suit longer, man, but it was just I couldn't. I would have literally. I was about to have it within 30 seconds. I was about to have a heat stroke.
And then it got stuck. And then it got stuck on there.
A couple of us were contemplating whether or not we wanted to put it on in your stead. But
my wife liked
it. But this was So then Chuck got in on this with me. So this is both him and I playing it together. And then the second surreal part of this. Let me get to the other video. The second surreal part of this, and this is where, like, I started getting emotional early in the night because I said this on your live stream, John. This night, I mean, we all knew what we were getting kind of with the Amico. We've seen enough of it. We've done enough of it.
Right.
The reason I brought my 11-year-old son up to Easton instead of, letting him come up for Crayola was I knew he'd get more hands-on with it than he would if he came up at Crayola. And I needed to see him. I needed to see how he would react. And what I am allowed to say is when Tommy booted the system and he showed the UI, Seth looked up at me and said, "Wow, I love this." We hadn't even played a game yet. We hadn't even booted a game up yet, right? And all of a sudden, he's like, "Yeah, I love this. This is great." Let me see if this is the... So that's him over here playing now. Let me get the other video. The surreal piece is that I handed the controller to my son, and that kind of encapsulates what this is about. And so partway through the playthrough, I was playing like this, right? I was playing like this. And then I said, well, I got to play it old school. I almost wanted to say I wanted to play it Papa Pete style. So I turned the controller up and I played it Intellivision style, right? Dear Lord, Myke is taller. Thank you, Panda Sub. And I am never going to live this down as I am Bigfoot. So, okay. So
he's reaching the top shelf in my backdrop. He's right at the very top television shelf.
So I hand the controller to Seth. All right, so what do you think, Seth?
It's very good.
Yeah? You really like it? Notice how he's playing it. Awesome. How's the controller?
Good.
Yeah?
It controls very easily.
It controls very easily?
Yep.
Awesome. Oh, wait, because there's something funny in this. So that's the auto fire. That's what Daddy always used auto fire when he was your age. Don't worry. All right, so listen. All right, so how you feeling?
Hey, man. It's pretty awesome, man. It's easy to control. I have no problem with the controller at all.
It's spiky.
I see you fake smiling.
Wait for it. This is.
Isn't that cool?
No lag.
Zero lag.
Literally zero lag.
I know, right?
and not for nothing, but my son plays old school.
That's good. There you go. And the cool thing about the hyperspace is like...
So there's my son. I handed the controller to, playing a game that I played when I was his age.
Hannah's like, how did you fit in the house? Like you're Gandalf or something? Like
through the Hobbit
best
door?
part is what everybody forgets is you handed over the controller. You didn't show him how to play. He just picked it up and went.
No,
that was one thing. That was
he did the
one
same thing with
I
Finnegan.
noticed all weekend with families playing it
all day at Crayola.
Yeah. As soon as they got that controller, they might have kind of looked at it funny, but once they realized how it worked, they're like, I think that touch screen being there, it's almost just a cue for people. They automatically go there. And it was amazing to see how many people just got right into it with no issues. People who typically don't play video games. There was a lady there, and I think Eric did interview her, but she was there with her grandkids. She was probably in her 50s, I would say. But she was playing with her, I want to say her two granddaughters. Yeah, and they were playing Shark, and they were just in it, man. They were having a blast, all three of them together. They were like one of the first families to play it that day. But yeah, it was interesting to see that and see how people reacted to that controller, because it's really not something that we're used to,
And the same kids coming back in line to play it again.
Yeah.
So it was like you almost couldn't keep them off, which was, I thought this wasn't for kids. I thought it was for old dudes reminiscing.
And I've got Crayola stuff we're gonna show in a little bit, but
We may have some misinformation there.
a little bit. So, I say good evening to brother Boogeyman's in the house. He joined
Born
us.
distracted there.
Or cousin Born, what's going on? Brother Lance and
The
Ryan Landis.
Boogeyman. Was a Boogeyman up in Pennsylvania on that mountain watching this? 'Cause, felt like he was.
There's brother Pete. No, so here's Seth playing Dino Blasters with the level 857 guys. So that was the other thing too. As accessible as the games are, here's Seth playing with these hardcore gamer guys. One of the two there's two Erics. I'm still working on remembering all their names, but the guy that was sitting next to Big Choco handed Seth the controller, said, "Here you go, bud," and he's playing, going to town on it. Oh,
23rd Stallion? Had the blonde hair?
No.
Oh.
The bald guy. Hate saying it that way.
Oh,
the guy, Sticks. I handed him. See, look, Nick thought that was funny. I mean, it was just awesome.
Always laughing.
Yeah, just awesome to see.
Got a good sense of humor, you know?
Yeah, you can't bring that guy down.
No.
Take your jaw up off the floor, Nick.
Nick's had a few drinks.
So, of that night, I want to get you guys in to answer a couple questions. And Peter, it's if you have questions about anything at this point, fire away, because we got. I mean, we were here until a good midnight. I think I got back to the hotel at 12:30. So,
how was the travel distance when you press the buttons? Before it registers.
Oh, are you asking seriously?
Took a while.
I mean,
it wasn't bad. It felt right.
Oh, you mean how far down do you have to press?
Yeah, how far? Yeah.
Not far at all.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
It's
almost
sometimes like on an Xbox controller, it seems like too far for me. Like PlayStation.
No,
controller, it's a
no.
little
Better
bit
than
more
that.
direct.
More direct,
more-
and plus with the dial, it's a pressure sensitive. So like skiing, you need to push harder to turn harder. So
okay,
it's like very responsive, and then because of the dial, you can slide your finger back and forth like you would a D-pad, or you can roll it down at the bottom or the top, however you like, and it's that much more responsive. So depending on how you play, it's you could roll, you can spin the dial with your thumb, so you can go left to right, or up and down, whichever whatever it's trying to control, or you can slide your thumb from the left side to the right side. And it's very responsive. It doesn't feel like it. I know what you're talking about. Some of those Xbox controllers have those buttons that have a big distance, a lot closer than that, much smoother.
Dead zone.
Yeah.
There's zero. Yeah, there's zero. There's like no dead zone. You're right about that.
And because because the disc spins, that. Yeah. Go ahead, John.
No, yeah, I mean I keep saying this. I literally can't explain it. Like
you gotta have it in your head.
Yeah,
right?
like if I'm playing, I wish you could enlarge me here, but if I'm playing Flying Tigers and I go and I'm like going diagonal right, I just roll my thumb down. I can just either roll down or slide down, but rolling feels like same thing. If I want to go from there to there, I can't explain it.
Right.
It's a very smooth surface. And your thumb
I wasn't
slides.
taking a shot. I wasn't taking a shot at you, Mike. I was literally.
No, I
just
know.
saying
No. I know.
Yeah.
Big shout out to OAB Pete for the super chat. Vacation joy is abound. Amico joy is abound.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, so where I missed the MAGG. The MAGG is in the house, brother MAGG. What is going on, man? I'm sorry. I must have missed him earlier. I apologize. The chat, man. We got. What do we got in here? We got
41 watching.
41 watching. So,
Nice.
That is. I mean, obviously, we're not retro bro, popular, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
It's only because I have all you guys on for Amico After Dark. They don't all
Only
come into
one
my...
dislike though. We got to get the word out.
I know. We need more than that.
I'm
Somehow...
showing 2. I'm showing 2
Okay.
dislikes on mine. I haven't
Well,
refreshed though.
The rest of them are banned from my channel, so they might not be able to. So
I
anyway,
can't wait how everybody loves the song. I bet they're really gonna love that.
that might be our. We might have to. We might have to bump Tommy's music for that. So,
I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Do you remember our cult prayers? Man, that was one of the main rules, man. One of the commandments.
Yeah, commandments. Right.
Remember, you only drilled it like 40 times.
Yeah.
You're not doing it right.
So, and again, here's, and I know I'm being
Oh,
selfish.
it's a Finnegan Fox gameplay.
Yeah.
No, this is good. I haven't seen this one yet.
Man, that
I didn't-
game looks so good in person.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't get much
But watch-
hands-on with Finnegan
watch what he
Fox. I know
does.
my daughter did.
I got some time in on it. I was happy to get.
Yeah, didn't you play like a whole level, Relic?
I was like, somebody else was playing it. They handed it to me, and it was about halfway through the level, I think. And I actually got through the whole thing, and the jumping and all that was really good. I'm really excited to get that game. I have the other one on PC, so there is a difference to it.
Yeah.
But I actually really do like the look, the art style.
Yeah.
Probably more.
I will say this much. It was weird for me having to use the tap screen as a jump. And not weird in a this is a terrible way. It's more of a weird in a I would have to play this for probably a little bit, and when I say a little bit, maybe 10 minutes to like get used to it. You know what I mean?
The same.
But it felt fine once you were used to it. I could see how that's appealing to small kids because it literally just tells you to jump.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
It was. Yeah, I felt it worked pretty seamless. I had to jump off of the different platforms, like the little things that are floating that you have to jump onto, and you have to sometimes double tap it to go up. And I actually got through that whole thing without any issues.
Can you remap the buttons? Do we know this game?
I don't know.
No,
Just
you
everything
can't.
I don't think
talked
so.
I talked to Tommy about that, but you can actually, if you want to put them little sticky buttons on there, you
That's
could put
true.
one of them on there.
Yeah. But I want you guys
But
to
the
see something.
jump is like the whole screen, though. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much just tap the whole screen, and I felt it was very fast because like I was just tapping, and it. Whereas like Tommy was even saying like the button versus if you're using a button or the screen's a little more responsive because you don't have the button has to always come back up before you tap it again. The
Right.
screen you can just keep repeatedly hitting it.
You do lose out a little bit on that. I found with that, and the screen I think was 80% jump because up in the corner you can change your weapons on Finnegan
Right.
Fox, and then in the lower left there was something else that you can do. So there was actually 3 things, but almost everything that you would be doing was the jump button. So you can use like the right 80% of that screen to jump, and then if you needed to switch your weapon, you're not really going to look down because I want to change over from like my arch fire to my like 3 arrows shooting out. So you just kind of go into the corner and you hit it. And then the other thing I didn't even use, so I don't even remember what it was. But what I found a little disorienting at first is like how much like when I do a double jump, like you feel the jump and you feel the apex of your jump when you hit it. And then like you kind of feel with the button, when you want to like push it in really quick a second time. And with the touchscreen, you don't really have that feedback. So it's kind of hard to get used to that at first. So I played Finnegan Fox probably longer than most any other games during this session. I think I played it for about maybe 15 minutes. The first 5 minutes, it was a little bit like, okay, this is okay. After a little while, I did get used to it, and I was better perfecting those jumps. And by the end, I was feeling like I could do more, and I was fine with it. But it took that learning curve because you have, we all have buttons for that. And now you're doing something that's not a button, that you don't really play these games much on a phone. It just takes a little bit of getting used to.
Yeah, and this is also a controller that none of us are used to playing on. I mean, yeah, we've played on the Intellivision controller, but it's not the same. We've played on Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. Obviously, it's not the same, you know. So, getting over that hurdle is not really a hurdle. It's just, at first, it seems like it is. But once you get into it, and we've talked about the kids, you know, we're all literally, you know, give me a second, and then all of a sudden it starts clicking. You know, you just got to reprogram your brain on how this functions. It's like when we first had the Nintendo 64 controller, we had to figure out which way to hold it that would be universal for us to be able to play almost all games. So that way you're not like repositioning each
I think
hand.
we're still trying to figure out how to use the N64 controller.
I did pretty good playing a lot of 007, but it's been so long I can't remember how I was holding it. And every time I go back to it, it's like, which way was it that I had it? I could never remember.
Yeah. One thing about the Intellivision Amico that did not carry over from the original Intellivision is that you didn't need like a death kung fu grip to like push the side and shoulder buttons.
Oh yeah, right. Those indentations you got on your finger.
Oh yes. But I want you guys to see something, because this was another kind of point that somebody tried to make about the controller and having a screen. And this whole video of watching, and sorry, I'm selfish, it's Seth. But in this whole video, other than like once or twice, just quickly, do you see him looking down and concentrating on the controller at all?
No.
I mean, he's got it. He's not looking at the controller at all to try to figure out what to do. He's just playing. He knows, and he, you know.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Mike, listen, I'm gonna bounce. If you guys are still going late and I can hop back on, I definitely will.
Okay.
But if not, man, thanks for having me on again. It was a blast, and thank you for being here.
Dude, thank
I'm
you
glad
for
you brought
hosting
Seth,
us.
and he had a blast, man.
He did.
I'm
you
glad
could see
you
it
guys
in his
had
face.
fun.
You could see it. So we love you, John, and thank you so much. And you know, now that we know where you are, that drives.
Yeah, I can't piss anybody off either.
That's right.
Because y'all know where I live now.
that drives. That drives
John,
not as long.
In 2 weeks, we're all going to be back at your house again. Okay, so just
That's right.
It's fine with me. It's just you got to talk to the boss. You know how that goes. So, all right, guys. I'll try and be back on later because I really want to jump into the Steam Deck. But if not, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
If you don't make it back on,
Take care, brother.
One more time for posterity.
Do you even Moon Patrol, bro?
I do not. Fuck you. I fucked up. See?
How can I show this to my...
That was absolutely awesome. All right, well, we may be. It depends on what you call late. You know, late for you is early for us.
There's normal late, and then there's NLG late. So
Exactly.
all right, guys. Thanks again.
All right, take
All
care.
right.
Yeah, take care, man.
Hi, John.
You know, I haven't even checked to see if Chris is on yet. Have you been keeping an eye on the Discord at all? Crickets. All right, we're going without him tonight. That's just what it is. So, so. Oh. So I have a message. So he didn't want to be on, and because he didn't want to suck the air out of the room, which again is what Tommy Tallarico's about. But he just messaged me and he said, OMFG, I just saw the first cut of the Crayola event. You are going to freak. It is so effing good. Wow. So, yeah. So I told him we were showing stuff here, so he may pop into the chat a bit. So, you know, some other things. So I want to know, you know, and for Peter's benefit too, as I'm going to try to show some other things here. Sorry. Now this is a little more Astro Smash with the level 857 guys. What yeah, Pete, I've got room now. If you want to jump in here, OEB Pete, yeah, you're welcome to. You're on Skype. Let me know. You are absolutely welcome. Oh, Tommy wants to join us. Nice. All right, hold on. Let me Skype up here. This is the way it works. All right, hold on. Let me It's not a StreamYard link. I'm gonna ring him on Skype real quick. So we'll put him in Happy Nick's area. So I know. Well, I'll put him where John was. Well, but John might come back. So yeah, that's it. He's going in, Chris. He's going in center. He's going in the center square. He's going in the center square. So there he is. Hold on, let me get you in. So hey, what's going on? Hold on, let me get you fired up here. We are. Give me 1 second. There you go. I just got to change your banner here. So Tommy, how are you, brother? No, he left. John left. Cyrus could do it a little bit. Oh, hold on now. Oh, hold on, because hang on 1 second. John left, so now the damn. All right, hold on. There you go. All right, now you should be good. Every time someone leaves, I have to redo all the damn microphones. So now we can hear you.
I sure love Skype.
It's not Skype, it's OBS. It's OBS. Shut up.
It's really incredible. I mean, we've been working like crazy all day today, and I just saw Eric's first cut. As a lot of you know, you met Eric. He was out.
Yep.
He was out with us.
A great guy.
last week. And wow. I mean, it's just wow. I don't know if we're going to put it out tomorrow morning, or it'll be Monday morning, if not tomorrow morning. But yeah, it's gosh, I can't. It's everything that. It's perfect. It's everything we wanted it to be, and yeah. Peter's gonna regret ever
missing it.
Taking his pre-order back. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just busting. Yeah, I'm just busting.
Yeah, that's all good. It's all good.
I know.
The order still stands.
I don't want to interrupt.
No,
I want to hear everything that you guys have to say without me here. So, but anybody have any questions, or anyone in the chat, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to know how come we couldn't play at the airport when I met up with you there.
Oh man.
I mean, I was willing to take over that screen. I don't care if it was departure or arrival. I'll take over whichever one.
I know what the idea is. You probably said, "Tommy, you're playing, run! You know they're boarding," and then you kept that one unit for yourself.
Right. That's how he gets you. That's how he gets you. There's been a couple of questions about different types of games. Somebody had mentioned, would there be any kind of like Mario Party style game coming at some point?
Yeah, we have one of the indie developers sent us a proposal. We're not working on anything like that right now, but it's obviously that would be huge. I mean, absolutely. We're just not working on something right now, but that's high on my priority list for next year for sure.
Nice.
Oh, before we forget, Gogo13 sent a super chat. Super Monkey Ball would rule with this controller, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Marble Madness or mini golf.
Ooh, mini golf. That sounds good.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, isn't Mark Cerny your buddy? Could we get a remake of Marble Madness?
That's right. Wouldn't that be funny if Mark, who is of course the architect of the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, yeah, it'd be pretty funny if his game ended up coming on Amico instead of PlayStation. But no, I think he should totally redo that for the PlayStation. Oh my God, I'm surprised he hasn't put it in as an Easter egg somewhere in the OS. But I don't know. I mean,
maybe he did. We haven't discovered it yet.
Right.
People haven't been playing Astro's Playroom enough.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's gotta be
there.
So, no, we did not get a chance to play Night Stalker. Hopefully, sometime in the future, in the near future, Tommy. Christian Martin wants to know still when you're coming to Vancouver.
Yeah. What's the latest with the lockdowns up there? What's the latest? Can I get in the country or leave the country, or what are they? I'm not sure what the latest and greatest is up there, but I just got a text message now saying that they're locking down, or they're putting LA County, they're putting the mask mandate on again.
Oh,
so
Lord.
it's kind of surprising and not good news.
Wow.
But
I was a little concerned about because they were talking about the Delta variant, and they're saying that's a whole nother variant, and I don't know. I try not to watch the news anymore.
Same here.
It's too depressing.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. I have the time, but I don't even want to watch it at this point. But yeah, so I don't know. So C-Mart, tell me about. I don't know if you know off the top of your head, but I was under the understanding that Americans can't go into Canada unless it's for legit business, and I think even then you have to be quarantined a bit. I'm not sure.
As far as I know, excuse me, as far as I know, if you go to Canada, you are quarantined for 2 weeks on your own dime before you can do anything.
That's what I thought. I don't know if that's still the deal, but obviously that's a non-starter for me. But
So Christian says he thinks the border might open at the end of the month.
Okay.
So.
Well, again, I definitely want to do a Vancouver thing. Of course, OEB Pete's in that area. C-Mart's in that area. Victor Lucas wants to do a big thing with me, obviously, with it. So, yeah. Hey, I got some news for everybody that might be interesting. So, one of the things that we want to do, that we've been talking about, is getting more of the Intellivision folks onto doing interviews, onto your shows, other shows, this and that. So of course Phil Adam, a lot of you have talked to Phil Adam, and I think he's going to be going on Amico All Access with Pete, not this week but next weekend. But
I think I get him first.
You get him first.
I think I get him first. He already told me he's coming back from Sweden on Saturday, so I'm gonna send him an email.
Great.
And so
great. And but the news is that we've never actually heard from Nick Richards, who's the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer of Intellivision. And so he's going to be doing he's going to be doing Amico After Dark next Wednesday. That's going to be his first interview of all, and he's going to do a couple of different shows. So hopefully he can do this one as well, Mike.
Absolutely. Well, Peter has to sign off on these. I just ask, and Peter and Chris is not here, so he doesn't get a vote. So.
Yeah, sorry, so vote, but
so
good.
So it's a whole different, a different thing, to have somebody else, different who's,
Sure.
If you say, talk about the disc one more time, you'll probably shoot me. I want to shoot me. I'm speaking my own voice at this point, but no, it'll always be great. Hey, I got to tell you, Chuck, DLC. Everybody in the office today, I'm not even joking. Everybody. So I sent the entire company all around the world. We have like, I think 60 people on our mailing list, on our employee list, because a couple people we have like, I think 55 full-time employees, and I think we have like 5 or 6 contractors still. But we sent, I sent the song to everyone today.
Nice.
And everybody around the office, people are freaking out. Everybody around the office and humming it. They're like, "Oh my God, this is really good."
Little catchy hook, right?
And now they all want an Amico.
I think it was either Kevin or Nick who said, "Hey," I think it was Nick actually, who said, "Hey, we totally got to do like a lip sync. Everybody in the office."
Dude, yeah.
Lip sync of the
Wow. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Tommy,
That made my day.
You know who can make that? You know who can make that video work? Eric.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Can't wait for you guys to see the Crayola thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
By the
that's
way,
gonna be
we want.
great.
I personally would love to have Eric and Savannah on.
Yeah.
He was
That would
the
be cool,
coolest
actually, to
guy.
see
And
him again, right?
I need to tell you something while you're here, because this was something that struck me about Eric. So Eric's doing all this filming. He's doing all this work, and we're all like running around with our own stuff. You saw me with the live stream. You saw Nick with camera. You saw Dreadpool was walking around with his camera and stuff like that. And we're kind of like crammed in this semi-smaller space.
Yeah.
And finally, I feel like I'm in one of Eric's shots. And I turn around and say, "Oh, Eric, I'm so sorry. Let me jump out of your way." And he goes, "No, I'm in your way." He said, "You guys didn't even have to be here. And here you are helping get footage, helping, the fact that you guys offered anything that I wanted." He said, it's like today you're part of the team. And he said, "It's amazing." He said, "You guys are an amazing bunch of people." And it's that kind of stuff that fuels us, I think, in a way.
It's great. And when you all see this video, because again, you guys saw them all working it, right? When you see this video, you're going to be like, how did one person put this whole thing together? Because of all the shots and you guys saw it. Like, we didn't have major or anything. Like, he had
here you go.
He had a camera and his creativity and imagination and editing skills, and it's just everything. And knowing, me and the head of our marketing, he's our chief marketing officer, Rob. He spent a lot of time with Eric before about, what we need to get, the questions to ask, what our goal is for accomplishing that. And boy, they hit it out of the park. By the way, there's another guy who will get on your shows, but his name's Robert Johnson, like the old Delta Blues guitar player from the 20s. But Robert was the head of marketing, senior executive VP or whatever, for TaylorMade and Adidas, the golf company, for over a decade. And then he became the CEO of Mophie. If anyone's familiar with Mophie, the mobile device, they do a lot of batteries. And he took their company from 100 million to 200 million in sales, and before joining us. So these are the type, like literally every single person, executive in our company, has either owned their own company or was a CEO of a huge company. So it's pretty amazing, the team we had, and Robert's been with us since last year. So again, what an incredible team that we have, and I'm looking forward to those folks getting out there as well. So it's not just me talking about this stuff, and everybody has a different perspective as well too. But you'll see how passionate everybody is, and that's thing I'm most excited about.
Because I was on that Amico After Dark with Phil,
That's
and
right.
I'll tell you what, man, his energy too was awesome. Didn't hurt that he ran Spectrum Holobyte for so long,
Right?
that he expounded it.
Again, there's another one that ran his own company. He was actually the
Share the ESA.
Interplay. He was the president of Interplay for a couple of years too. Helped take him public after Brian Fargo left.
Yep.
Hey, here's a kind of a little side note news for everyone. So you remember we had the Moon Patrol contest, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Had the Moon Patrol contest, and one of the guys on Atari Age he's a big Moon fan, and he really, really, really wanted to win it. So he was like going in focused. His name on Atari Age, I believe, is Star Paddler, and he happens to be in the LA area. And he was trying. His wife ends up trying as well to help him. She's like, you know what? I'm going to try to do this and win for you. How much you want it? And she ended up winning the Moon Patrol contest. A non-hardcore gaming female wins the Moon Patrol contest for her husband. How amazing is this? And,
That's awesome.
And I reached, and when when we find out who won, and I said, look, and I find out they're in the LA area, I'm like, you got to come down. You got to come down, get a tour, play the thing, and then we'll hand you the Moon Patrol, the signed Moon Patrol. And that was kind of because it happened like then during COVID, and then they actually had COVID really bad. They were hospitalized, both of them.
Ooh.
And so finally tomorrow at noon, they're coming in to pick up their prize and get a tour and play Amico.
Oh, good.
It's gonna be awesome. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Hey, I wanted to show you this because we have our own Crayola footage, as you know, and that's Spencer. So obviously you see Seth, and he's still wearing the all access pass. But there's Spencer, and one of the things I had noticed about him, he's 6. It took him all of 3 minutes to figure out the controller. When we were talking about this before you jumped on, notice nobody's looking down at the controller like they don't understand the controller. And look at this smile on his face. I mean, it's so just
natural. One of the clips amazing. One of the clips that in the Crayola thing, one of the moms was, and she had her 4-year-old daughter that she was holding, and the quote she said, she was saying how great it was and how easy it was and she said, look, and she says, and my daughter, my 4-year-old, just picked it up and started playing it, and the quote was, and people are going to say we told her to say this, but we didn't. But she says, my daughter, we like the Switch, but my daughter has problems, troubles picking up and using the Switch, but this she just gravitated to. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. And just so everybody knows, we're doing this Crayola Experience Amico Families. That's what we're titling this one, because it's all the demographic that we've been saying that we know we're going to get and it's going to be really popular with. So that's this one. But then we're also going to do a second one, which is Amico Fans as well. So, more of, I don't know if any of you guys, did any of you guys get interviewed by Eric?
No, and honestly, it was more important for Eric to get the family.
The families, absolutely.
We can talk to you guys anytime. I really wanted other people. We've got our channels. I did the live stream. It was time for other people, for you to use other people.
So, and I think there's a shot of Rich and his family.
Yep.
He had young kids there, and I think Anthium and his young kids. But again, it was more about the kids,
Right.
Yeah. So I wanted to. So I just realized this on the video that I'm showing now, because somebody talked about my older son and thought he knew what teenagers talk about. Now there's my older son who actually is tall, gentlemen. If you think I'm tall, he's 3 inches taller than me. He's talking to me about the game. He's smiling. Look at his smile. He's like, "Yeah, look at this. This is pretty cool." He asked me, so he couldn't stay overnight because my wife was dropping him off at Boy Scout camp the next day. I ended up driving home, and he had forgotten something, and I drove to camp to give him what he had forgotten. And I said, "Hey, I'm really glad you came to Crayola. I'm really glad you hung out, and I'm really glad you had a chance to play this thing. I really wanted you to see what I had been talking about this whole time." And he said to me, "So, you're getting one, right?" I said, "Yes, I have one pre-ordered. Don't worry. And we should hopefully be the first ones to get it." And he's like, "Okay, good." And I said, "And that game you played comes with it."
That's Peter doesn't want his.
No, so all three of my kids are hooked, and I'd like you to know in the chat, AssassinLupa, who was in the chat the last time you were on the show and was asking about the Amico, she just pre-ordered one from Amazon UK.
That's awesome. Yeah, we've seen a jump in pre-orders just after the Crayola event. Because I mean, think about it, you guys know there were hundreds of people there playing it, and we saw just on our own website, we saw the numbers go crazy the last 5 days. So but hey, I don't want to take over the stream. I want to hear everyone talking about it. So
all right, so no problem. If I don't ask you this, Doggy Dog's gonna be upset. Burger Time. Yeah. Where are we with Burger Time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had started Burger Time, and then when COVID hit, because we were working on a lot more games right before before COVID, and then we had to put a certain percentage of games on hold because again, we didn't know when the delay started happening. We had to start saving, being conscious of saving money, right? I mean, let's be honest, because we didn't know how long the thing was going to last, and we've been raising money ever since because we're still we're still up in the air. We have 100,000 purchase orders and pre-orders, and
that's great.
I say there's less than 2% chance that we fill 100,000 pre-orders in October. I mean, it's not going to happen. So our focus now is going to be, getting the founders and the VIPs, and how many of those can we get, for October. And so that's our focus now. And we're hopefully going to be coming out with something, over the next week to 2 weeks. So I would imagine before August, we'll have an update because we're still trying to figure it out.
And still trying to get the parts you need, which was one of the other questions.
It's understandable, though. It really is.
Right.
So there are certain parts, that we can secure, but it
at a higher price.
Huge loss for us, right? So then at that point, it becomes how much is the company willing to absorb and lose, and because okay, yeah, let's fulfill all 20,000 pre-orders or 30,000, whatever it is. I don't even know at this point. Let's fill all those. Oh, but the company's bankrupt because we took $1 million, $2 million loss. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just being honest, but all that stuff we're still working out. It's still every day, hours and hours a day, teams of people. There's literally 40 different scenarios, I think, at this point. So we're doing our best.
All right. Eternal Shaddai wanted to know how many studios are supporting you. I know there's hundreds, right?
You mean how many developers?
How many development studios?
Yeah, we have over 50 developers signed up around the world, everywhere from Italy to Germany, Greece, Australia, all over the U.S. So we have a ton of 50 signed up who have devs now who are, we got India, Malaysia. We have over 50 that have dev kits, multiple dev kits and multiple controllers right now. And we have about 200 on hold right now. So great news,
Right.
Yeah. In fact, just this morning over in England was the huge mobile gaming developer conference. It's been going on for the last 4 days, and I was the feature on the big stage, obviously via Zoom, but I was the headliner this morning. And so I'm hoping, and everyone, it was so positive, and the interviewer was really like, everyone loved what we were saying about the how we develop our ecosystem, our ethos, and so I'm hoping that will go up on YouTube. Such a positive response. I was really happy.
Excellent. Awesome.
That's good.
So, Tommy, I got a story for you. You know that the bathroom scene you guys did?
Yeah.
Okay, I showed it to my daughter. You saw her during the event. I showed it to her when we got home, and she immediately ran into the bathroom. And I was like, I hear her chanting, Tommy.
Tommy.
So she's doing it, and I'm like, no, hold on. Let me record this because I think you did it wrong. So we did that, and then she's like, he's not here. I said, I think you screwed up so many times that you probably sent them somewhere else. And so then later on, I said, well, why did you think, to do that? She's like, well, he had the Amico in his hand. I was hoping to get one. She was trying to find the shortcut.
That's so amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm going to tell that story in the company meeting on Tuesday.
That's so great.
That is so good. I saw John's adult version.
Yeah.
That was surprising. I was like, how is this going to work?
Right. Yeah, he did it. Yes, he did. So
that won't be making it on the official Intellivision.
No.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't think so.
No. But did you see the final cut of the other video, the one we did in the living room? Let me do that before you leave, because
I saw the intro to Amico After Dark. Was that the final cut?
No, here, and then we'll and then we'll let then we'll let you go. Now, Dread, I have to tell you this before I turn up the sound.
You cut it out.
I had to, because
I know.
Goodness knows who would, Same thing with Cyrus. Cyrus gave the double salutes, and I had to, just because you know what would happen. But here, I watched this, and I've shown this to my wife.
My children, we have all gathered here tonight to make worship of thy holy Amico. All of the worship. All. We must all
Amico!
Everyone, all of the Amigos. Everyone, your check is in the mail.
What an outstandingly fun weekend.
She
overall.
literally dropped to the floor.
Yes. Yes, she did. It was just, it really was. And it just, it accentuates the weekend that we had and what it meant to us. I don't even want to say Cyrus. Yeah, there you are. I don't want to take away from it, because Cyrus made this unbelievable video that, if you guys haven't seen it yet, about what the Amico meant to him, and it is exact. It was like almost exactly how I felt. It's like, I've met all these people. I've met you. I've made new friends. The level 857 guys. Johnny Ups. And just what. And I said this last night. I said, and consider this is a console that has no online gameplay. And yet, it brings people together.
Well, and Mike, imagine what this is going to mean for a whole generation of people, like young kids. Like this is going to be their first console when they're 4, 5, 6. Talk about building brand loyalty. You know, because we all think, like, I know me, Chuck, Cyrus, you, Mike, like Intellivision was our first console, right? And we had this amazing passion and heartfeltness, and you know, because it was our first, this brand loyalty, that here we are in our 40s and 50s, and we still love it, right? So we're going to be building a whole new generation, amazing, right? 40 years later, of people who are going to be playing Intellivision, and it's going to be their first console. So it's really exciting to think about.
I said it earlier when we were sort of starting to show the first set of video footage. There was something overtly surreal to me about, you know, you handed me the controller. Chuck and I got the first ones up, but
yeah,
I handed the controller to my son. So that is
right?
Exactly. And to watch him play it, and to watch him play it like this, I couldn't help myself but to just have that emotion wash over me. That whole sequence of that 10 minutes was something that I won't ever forget. And that is, if nothing else, if whatever happens with the system, whatever happens, what we have here right now is what that system and what you and your team have done, and that means a lot, and it means for some of us more than you know. So
awesome. Yeah, cool, guys. Well, thanks so much. I'm gonna do a little work and then catch up on the show later. And one last thing, Peter, if you want to get my good graces, now you have to buy 2 of them. No.
But think enough, I will see too. So.
Oh, Daniel C's in the house. Oh, by the way, I want John Alvarado on the show. He left. All right, now we're gonna keep his face there too. Everybody's frozen but a few of us. So Dreadpool's frozen too, you just don't see it. Daniel C's in the house. Man, so many people jumped in while Lady Foxfire is here. She said she loves the Amico streams. Thank you. Yeah, but Lupa pre-ordered an Amico. That is awesome. She really, it is. That's a good point. You can brag. Oh, here we go again. Wait a minute. Hold on. Tommy left, and now the it's all screwed up again. So hold on a second. OBS, I tell you what, man, OBS can't figure out what's going on. All right, somebody say something.
Hello.
There's no echo. No.
Okay, now I can't figure out which damn camera to mute, unmute.
Which one?
All right, which All of them. Just unmute everything.
All right.
All
One by
of the
one.
music.
All right.
So how
all
much,
of the
Audio
what's the
effect.
last thing everyone heard?
Relic,
sure
what was the last
Welcome
thing
to
you
the
said?
show.
Left, it was
Welcome to the show. All right. Well, we were talking about Relic. You say your thing first because I don't know if everybody heard us.
Oh, I was just saying if everybody can hear on there now, that Saggy was on a stream today with some guys that didn't have a lot of experience with the Amico, but they were very positive about it. And they were mentioning, one of the guys was mentioning how having, if you have board games, you have to, when you go to store them, they just take up a whole closet full of board games and you got to pull all the pieces out and all that. Having this console with that option now that the board games can be utilize the controller, to me is a deal, it's a big deal. I mean, I can't really do that with any other console. I mean, people will say, oh yeah, you can use a, Switch Lite. Well, yeah, then you got to have a whole bunch of those. You don't need that with the Amico.
Yeah, and I was talking about the emoji charades. I thought was really super fun, and that's another one. I was like, I'm not gonna like this. I loved it, and it was like so many categories, but the cool thing is you can have like people all around, and have one person's doing the emojis, and then you can have like a room full of people trying to guess, and everybody takes turns on the controller or the cell phone or whatever. But I'm going to do that in my arcade. Like I have a bunch of TVs. I'm just going to put it on in everything and have a party and people are just going to play. That's another system seller. It's like a sleeper title. I couldn't believe how much fun that was.
Lady
They
Ninja
like
says
streamed
that she
that
still
one,
can't
yeah.
hear
They
us.
played it in online audience even. That just see the.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Someone
keep
said they heard me.
All right, I'm going to keep
just
going.
played
I got
it and I
video
heard
of
DJC, so
the controller.
I don't know
So
if
that way,
that's
when
up.
you're doing the charades, I got video of the controller so you could see what the options were. So it wasn't just everybody watching the screen. I was actually
that's
watching
cool.
the controller. So
Yeah.
that way, I got some video out there.
Yeah.
Cool.
When I get a chance, obviously this past week I've been like going nonstop. But when I get a chance, I'll post it up there, and you guys can, like I said, you guys can use it for your stuff.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right, who is and who isn't hearing audio? Because Ryan says he hears us. Phil said he didn't.
Is it
I
a
think
specific person?
Yeah, because I think what I need to do, DJ. So because of the way I had to do the cameras earlier, I just realized the person whose mic has to be on needs to be okay. He can hear everything. Needs to be Chuck. And when everybody was coming in and out, OBS was like, well, now I don't know whose mic to use. So I apologize, folks. It's just
this is just like the trip from the airport.
Real Mike, please stand up.
So for the third time, I was talking about emoji. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Should we do a fourth?
No.
Everybody grab your disc and just turn
Dread.
it clockwise.
Dread. So at one point, Dread took over for me. So that's my Surface Pro in his hand. I was playing biplanes, and he was like, I got this. And
as you can see right here, I'm bringing it so you can actually see the console itself, so that way they get a good close up of it functioning.
I got mine here too.
Yeah, I really appreciated that too, Dread. I mean, you really helped me with that live stream at times. Just I was the lone wolf out there, so I was helping everybody and anybody because I didn't have anything like, oh, this is me. It was just like, hey, what do you need? What do you need? Same thing with Chris. Like anything you need. Taping down the wires, making sure nobody trips, moving stuff out of the way, being the hall monitor, anything I could do to help. I was there for to help out.
You were not a lone wolf. You were the wind beneath our wings.
I still have the tape on my TV
You
that
can
we
smell
used
that?
for the emojis.
I didn't think anybody smelled that. That's why I kept on walking away.
Oh man!
Did you ever know that you were my hero and everything I want to be?
That's funny.
We don't need another hero.
Oh man! So
we just need to show Mike Mullis the way home. 4X
show
down.
me the way to go.
You didn't use breadcrumbs to find his way.
Yes. But by the way, for those who wanted to see like actual real people play Moon Patrol, Max showed both John and I up. So I couldn't play it. I tried to blame it on the controller, but they wouldn't let me. John rage quit.
I was terrible too.
And Max took over.
Apparently, Max is throwing down the gauntlet to Brett Weiss, and there's an open challenge out there to Brett. So I would love to see this happen at some point.
He said there's no lag in the controller. The lag is Brett Weiss.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to blame it. I tried to blame it on the lag in the controller, and as you can see, Max pretty much proving ain't no lag in that controller. So
yeah, I've had people tell me Shark had a lot of lag, and I'm like, do you not see? I'm recording with one hand, playing with the other, and I'm trying to record both myself and the TV and the controller at the same time. You don't understand how hard it is to try to like keep everything in view by yourself. And your guys are, oh, there's so much lag there. You died. Yeah, no shit, I died.
That whole
There's
thing.
no lag.
It's like there's no way to even have a discussion about it.
Yeah,
It is
I'm
what it
like,
is.
yeah, that was all.
It's a little.
I already
frustrating.
knew this.
Like the whole lag discussion kind of came up back at the beginning of January and has been ever present ever since, based upon a minute amount of speculation blown very far out of proportion. And now you have people playing this system in person, not experiencing it, and what's our response to that? We're talking about like we're telling you there's no lag, there's no lag, there's no lag. We've been told by multiple people who have played this there's no lag, and yet this just tends to, these themes kind of overwhelm the conversation. And I think, people who are following this story of the Amico, I think, are going to be better off no matter kind of where you fall on it. If you just kind of look at like what's going on, except you're either going to like it and be interested in it, or you're just like, okay, it's going to flop, and you're going to see it flop as soon as it comes to market. If it comes to market, wherever you kind of stand on it, I think we're all kind of better off just sort of like looking at what's being presented and stop like speculating about what does this mean? Why are they hiding this or whatever? Because we can make up anything at this point. You can run
that's why I was trying to record video of the controller. I was trying to do that too on Friday night, trying to record the controller as you guys are playing and the TV at the same time, because everybody's like, there's no lag here. This is smooth. Everything is as good as it looks. Everything's responsive. You know what I mean? Everybody walked away with a grin. You know what I mean? It was really cool to see that, and I point that out several times in the interviews that I was doing with the guys. Everybody that walked away, you could see who played it and who hadn't played it, because of that grin, and that grin didn't go away for like days.
Right.
One of the things I knew leaving and having already played it, I already knew that, and as Cyrus has experienced this too, that we already had played it and we knew I didn't know anything about that. That whole conversation about it had kind of cropped up after the Texas event, and it was like, what in the world are they talking about? But one of the things that I was thinking on the way here, getting prepared for it, I was like, I'm excited for all these people to play this and experience it and then be a part of this whole situation, and they'll see, okay, there is no problems here. I already knew, I was confident of that. But then in the back of my mind, I was like, but for all those other people, it won't matter. It's not going to matter if 100 people play it and come forward and say, I didn't notice it. They're going to throw it out, because one of the things before I left to go to Texas, one particular person who is a constant naysayer, who is one of the people that actually started the whole lag controversy, said to me straight out, there's nothing that you say that I'm going to believe.
Yeah.
Wasn't gonna I hadn't even played it yet, and he was already had his mind made up what I was going to say. So I was like, well, whatever. So it's like,
see, that's why I wanted a video. That's why I wanted a video of the dual, both the screen of you holding the controller and the TV to show there is really no lag.
But they still said it. There is.
Right. They're never gonna stop. They're
but it's like the tail chasing the dog, or whatever the saying is. But it's kind of nonsense. And like I see now, like, okay, well, we didn't see motion control, so the motion control is the issue, and that's why the system isn't coming out, and this is a big problem. And it's like, you can theorize and speculate about all of this stuff, and I think we as a community following this need to understand, like, anyone can throw anything out and derail the conversation if that's what they want to do. It's really up to us whether or not we want to chase and play ball. And I'm seeing a lot of false accusations out there, and I think it's kind of in some of these cases it's good to take criticism and skepticism and address things where they kind of emerge, but when it kind of veers towards like conspiracies about certain about there's lag and that's the reason for the delay, or there's issues with the motion control and that's why it's not being shown. If people are making stuff up, you just kind of have to move on. You're not going to have a sensible conversation with them.
And there's a thing too, like on the disc, like I think someone was showing Astro Smash. They're like, look, it's like just because you see a thumb going from here to here doesn't mean they're pressing down. It means they switch their position. Like I might move to here because I know I'm going to move, then I'm going to here, and then I'm going to move. So unless you're really got a microscope in there, like oh my God, there's no freaking lag.
Exactly.
I played all the games; they played fine.
Right. So this is why it was so. You guys are understanding now in a real way why it was so frustrating for me. Like, there's no reason. You're right. Rab is 100% right. We don't. Let's just focus on.
You're that
what
we.
All right, damn it, Rab. Anyway, but yeah, let's just focus on.
But the question is, Rab, does your wife say that?
No. That's why I try so hard with you guys. I'm trying to make up for it.
That's what we're here for, buddy.
No, I'm waiting.
Everything looks clean. Everything
Saggy,
works
check your Discord DM and download Skype and add me, and then as soon as you're on, we'll get you on. Peter, you said, what were you saying a minute ago? I missed it.
Oh, me? I was just saying we really just need to focus on what we want to focus on and not let other people drag us into these other discussions that we don't even want to have. Like, let's just talk about what we want to talk about. That's all.
Right.
That's
and Peter, what were you saying earlier? Because you had mentioned something too.
Oh, I don't remember. Must not have been important.
Gotcha. It's always important. All right. So,
I mean,
anything else
we've
you
said
want
it before. I'm sorry.
Anything else you want to ask while we got all this footage going? Anything you want to see? Anything you haven't seen yet?
Why do you got that pornographic thing going across his TV?
It's a running man.
He's got a really long.
That's his back leg. Oh, his legs curled up.
Memberships aren't going to sign themselves. Yes, they are.
I don't have one of those.
Is that a 3D printed Running Man?
Yeah, they were selling them on eBay. I'm pretty sure they're not anymore. I'm just kidding. No, there's a guy that sells a bunch of. Oh, he's got one too. And I got this one too. There's a guy that does all different gaming signs. I got like Nintendo, I got PlayStation, got Wii.
Oh, let's go.
But yeah, I got a
cool,
Intellivision one.
I printed this one myself.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
neat.
The controller or the
that's pretty cool too.
I'll have to get with you because I've been looking at trying to get into 3D printing too as just a side hobby.
Yeah, I'm still learning.
That's fine. You got more experience than I do.
I love this part this video right here where we're watching, doing the controllers. And Justin's channel's got some stuff on there too that's really good. But all of us getting able to hold it and kind of record it and just feel it for that first time. Man, like this is what you just got to have in your hands. Or I mean, you can't talk crap without having this in your hand. You put this in your hand, play a game, and you go, "Wow, this sucks. I don't like it." Then by all means think that, but don't do it without actually trying it.
Once you do that, it clicks in your mind. Everything fits into place.
Let me ask the people that were there that it's for their first time, because Cyrus and I have tried it, but now that you've all, anybody can, Cyrus can answer it too. After, because it kind of works for you guys because you guys hadn't experienced it. Cyrus and I have, but then we found out about the price of the controller. Because there are some that were like, I don't know if that's, really, that seems a lot. How do you feel now that you've used the controller and now you reflect on the price? How does that?
It feels about right. If you compare it to the other controllers and just price wise versus your utility. Okay, not the quality, not the build, not any of that stuff. Just the utility of it, right? Price for performance of the utility. I'd say it's about right with comparable to the rest of them.
Yeah, that's how I keep feeling about it, and you know, I've been okay with the price. Saggy, I'm trying to find. It's not letting me add her to the call because it's got her crazy. It's got a crazy name for her. Hang on a second. Let me see. Maybe I'll do this.
How's the LCD? Does it feel like hard like glass? Is it like glass or is it more
Kind of like a phone? It just feels like a phone. The way I can describe it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's some sort of polyacrylic or something, but it feels.
But it goes the whole surface. It's not just like a
over the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole from the where you see that in the picture where they're doing that's like a skin they put over the top of it. But if you pull that skin off, the whole thing is the same material all the way across.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and that vine, not the vine, whatever the material for the colorful add-ons, the faceplates, felt really nice on there. I thought it might feel a little cheap, like easy peel off and peel on, but it had a good veneer and everything.
Right.
Yeah, it did.
It looks like it's part of the controller.
I didn't notice at that time that it would. I thought it was part of the controller. I didn't realize it was like an additional thing to put on there.
I played with the butterfly and the llama controller because it's my favorite.
Yeah, but you drink that.
I noticed I always had one of those in my hand. Like I never had like the super cool one. I had like the cutesy pink and sparkly ones, but they played great.
To me, I never even noticed. I just, it's just another color. It's just like, all right, go. I was too busy playing the game than looking at it.
You don't pick
Brian
the controller.
brings
The
up-
controller picks you.
Yeah.
Now, if everybody sees how high up that John has the controller in his hand, that's about the distance I had it when I dropped it on accident in Texas on concrete.
Oh, you dropped it?
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I caught it on my side or something, and it just fell right out of my hand. And Tommy was standing there, and it went bang, and I was like, "Oops."
Oopsie doodles.
They dropped them in Texas as well on the concrete.
Was that Saggy?
That is Saggy.
No.
she's
Not Saggy.
She's hiding.
I recognize that voice. It usually comes with bubble tea.
Yes.
Or you mean foot tea?
Well, I don't
She's
have a
hiding.
picture.
She's
I don't
no
know how to
bubble.
use this.
She's hiding like you do. Hold on, let me see if I
Probably
can
not
find
for
a
the
good
same
picture for
reasons,
you.
though.
I
But I know
haven't used Skype.
You sometimes, well, if you're anywhere near your camera, that would help. But if I got to try to find a picture of you, I can try to do that.
Well, how did Dreadpool do it?
I had a picture of him.
Oh, okay.
See,
I can
Crystal's
just be
a pro at
invisible.
He uses
All right,
he
hang
also
on.
uses the old stuff. He's old school.
I can just be
I'm old
invisible. That's
school.
fine.
I'm old school.
You don't want to see Dreadful naked podcasting.
I mean, I could use your Twitter. I could use your Twitter pic.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Are you
The
sure?
flattering one. Why? Why? It is there. Is it not a good?
I didn't either.
No, it is. It is.
Who's there? I love the alien controller. That's sweet. I'm gonna get that skin.
Dude, dude, I literally spent most of that night, the first night. Where was I? Playing with a single controller in my hand, just
Yes.
playing.
Right. Yeah, you had
controller.
the white one, right? With the
Yeah.
demo with that was so much fun. You always had that in your hand.
Dude, I had that in my hand most of the night, just playing with it the whole time. It was like entertaining for me. I was like, "Oh, this is cool." It's pressure. I'm sitting there pressing as hard as I can down to see how much pressure I take, and it was just fun. Very
Alright, here we
weird seeing
go.
you play with these pictures. Yes,
I'm watching her get squished.
right. I get all squishy.
Well, it's not.
Squishy
It's not the.
squished.
It's look. This would be so much easier if you just.
You could just
Hammered up.
cover, Retro Bros face. You just cover both our blocks with it too. Yeah. There you go. Much better.
Laughing Nick is gone now.
That's right. Now it's Saggy.
There
Saggy
you go. She is now the Retro Bro.
I
Yeah,
am
she
now
is
the retro
the Retro
saggy.
Bro. So, you you had probably the most the most concern, I would say, so this is a weird term to use, but you had the least amount of interest in the actual system when you came to Crayola. And I think it's important for people to know that, to then get what I'm going to ask you about your I'm actually just going to put you here because John might be coming back. Ask you about your experience and how you felt after the weekend, and you and Pat, your boyfriend that came up, how talk about your weekend, Saggy.
Well, yeah, I'm hearing myself. Is that normal?
Yeah, there's a lot. Is that a lot of echoes?
Is there echo? All right. God.
On our end, I don't know if it's. On
I know why.
end.
I know why.
Can everybody still hear us?
Yes, they should still be able to hear. They should still be able to hear.
Are we broadcasting?
Yes,
yeah,
you
because I was
are.
hearing myself.
All right, you shouldn't now.
It's gone now. Yeah.
You should be okay now.
So my weekend, literally, like I've just so people have, because I'm kind of new over here on this channel, so I'd like to like just say like my involvement in the Amico and stuff was like I was just part of a panel. My friend Max introduced me to Tommy and the Amico, and before we even did the interview, he had talked to us after we did a panel talking about the Amico system, which was part of our little gaming conversation that night. He looked at me and the other person on the panel because he knows that we're not like retro gamers, and he's like, "Does this something that would interest you?" And we both looked at it, was like, "No, this does not look like." Does it go online? No. Okay. Can you play shooters? No. Okay, this isn't for us.
Can you play Apex Legends on it?
Right. Can we play Apex Legends on it? No, that it's not for me. So we did the interview because he's like, well, I'm going to try to get Tommy to come and interview. Do you guys want to be there? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, And we met Tommy, and I was honest with him, like right off the gate. I was like, this does not sound like something for me. I am a PlayStation gamer. I play VR. Does your system do the things that I like to do on my system? And he's like, no. And I was like, I don't know, dude. I don't know if this is for me, buddy. And he's like, maybe just give it a chance. You might actually find something that you might like. And I was like, all right, dude. All right. As a fellow Massachusetts person, like, let's give it a try. I'm willing to do that. So the weekend following up, I was meeting all you guys, getting to do like the streams we do together, the talk about it. It kind of got me more interested. But overall, like, again, I'm not a retro gamer, and it sounded like this was a console more for cater to that demographic, as well as not just families, but also for single individuals. Retro gaming would be something a single person gamer would probably like this for, right? So I'm going there thinking, I don't know if I'm like, please, I hope this isn't bad. I hope I like this. I really hope that I'm not, that all these people that were very critical of it weren't wrong. Obviously this went through my head. So I get there, and, first thing, I see all of you beautiful people there, and I'm excited, and I'm like, oh, this is it. This is the moment. This is the truth. And immediately, the first thing I notice is all the people in the room who are currently playing this game, having fun, laughing, enjoying it. And I'm looking at people, I'm asking everybody, I'm like, Cyrus, did you play it yet? Well, Cyrus already played it. Like, DJ, did you play the Amico yet? And he's like, yeah, I just played it. Hey, Rab, did you play it? Yeah, I just played it. I was like, all right. As soon as Tommy saw me, he's like, oh, there she is. This is the girl I need to get to have this on her hands, because she's a hardcore gamer. We got to see how she feels. So I touched it. First thing I did, played Astro Smash. First thing I did when I touched that game, it booted up, and the moment I moved my ship, the first thing I said is, where's the lag? That was the first thing that came out of my mouth. Where's the lag? What are these people talking about? The first thing that came out of my mouth, right? And after that, it was it. We played all the games, and I generally had fun personally playing the games, but I also, like, at the actual events, I got to see not us, regular people, the general population of people who have never heard of the Amico, who don't watch YouTube videos about it, who aren't hip to any of this, for the first time being introduced to this console and playing it for the first time, not knowing a dang thing about this console, enjoying it, having fun with their families, playing it, talking to us about how excited they were seeing their mom or their wife play this game with them. that's what it was about for me. And seeing that as soon as I got home in my head, I'm like, Tommy's got something good here. I really believe in this more. Like, I always had faith. Here's the thing, I've had faith in Tommy. That faith is 100% belief that this thing is going to be good for families and even some people like me who might want a game system that's new, not go out and buy a Switch, spend all that money on a Switch for games that aren't really, this console has a lot of games for not just 4 players. They're games that are for a room full of people, party games that you can play. You can, even if it's not, you could take a kid-friendly console. Like what was that game we played? The emoji game.
Yeah,
right?
the charades. I thought that was so much fun.
That charades game could be fun, not just for kids, but for adults. You could have a big party, have a few barbecue or something, and bust out the charades game, and it'll be fun. We were all having fun playing the charades game on the Amico. It was a great time.
Yeah,
and that's the other thing too is the system. I mean, Tommy had 3 of them in his little briefcase. I mean, the system actually is more portable than it looks. It's not that big, and there's not a lot of wasted space in there. And I mean, you throw it into a bag, and you take it with you. And most every TV now in a hotel has HDMI, so it's quick and easy, get up and go. And Peter, for you, here's some skiing.
Yeah.
So
can't wait to get my hands
see,
on that.
and that's the funny thing. Relic and I were talking about back in the old days, bringing in servers and playing Halo and all that. When I was doing that, I was literally putting in a 32-inch TV in my backseat, the 2 original Xboxes, right? Server, switch and cables and all that stuff, and the 2 copies of the games. Well, here, I can either take the controller and go to my friend's house that has it, and then we would have all access to both of our games. Or if they didn't have it, that bag, bring that bag up. You just had Relic. There you go. Everything fits right in there, right in there. You don't, and with everybody having TVs now, and you're sharing a TV. It's not like like we were playing Halo and we want our own TV, so no one's like looking at our across the corner at the other side to see what we're doing, split screen wise. So, but with this, we're playing together. You know what I mean? So you pick that up, and you're done. You're ready to rock and roll. You move on.
What's cool too is you think, oh, you just put the console in here with the controllers, but they thought about that. They have these little pouches for the controllers on the back of the bag.
Yep.
So they're not banging around inside there. They go, they don't go in there. They go inside, and then they have their own back pouches. And that's then you can, if you have more controllers, you get those little small ones.
Question. I want to see what the box looks like for the Amico. I haven't seen about that. I want to see the box.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, I want to see what the box looks like.
Who's seen the box?
Nobody.
Dread.
Nobody's seen the box. Dread seen the box?
Dread hasn't seen it.
Dread's seen the box. It says
in the box.
Amazon on the
What's in the
outside.
box?
What's the box, Fred? Is it an Amico?
Oh,
Amazon with that smile. A to
Is it an
Z.
Amico?
Johnny UPS is hurt right now.
No, I have not seen the box. Okay.
John snuck
You know,
back in.
What's in the
What-
box?
One of the things
still here?
this reminded me of is like, as a kid at the arcade with like, I've got 4 quarters to spend, I've got 6 quarters to spend, and you had to spend them wisely and something. Like, you just watch people play like a group game, something like Gauntlet or something. Like, you can join in. Like, it's a welcome experience to kind of like, it's an icebreaker. Like, you can join in a lot of these games, and you're not really, there's no barrier to play because the games are easy enough. But in a lot of these games, you can also just like in Asher Smash, or you can just join in, or it's only a couple of seconds, and then you can take a controller. You can play 2 in Shark. It's just a quick reset. It's just like, this is a perfect system to like an icebreaker console. You can take this to like, if you're going to a family reunion with people that like my family. I like a few of you. I don't like all of you, but you know, if I'm playing skiing with you guys, I think I could like you more. You know, so it
really, yeah.
Plus, if you want to throw an elbow, it's easier to throw an elbow. It was because of the game. I was trying to, knock you off your thing, but you throw an elbow to a family member that you didn't like.
By the way, I just want to say
control
full
boxing.
disclosure. I
There you go.
hated all the plane games. I'm sorry. I'm not I can't fly.
suck at it,
fly.
Saggy.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I don't want to hear you because I kicked your butt, Shark. So you
Yeah, I
can
liked all those.
We're echoing?
I'll own
Should
that
be
L.
done. Should not
okay?
be anymore. Thanks to John popping in. Should not
What's
be
that?
echoing anymore. So.
I just can't wait to get it because I'm going to be getting an outdoor big screen for projector, and I'm going to have it outside. So.
Emoji charades on a giant screen.
I will say this much: like, I was talking to a friend of mine who has a YouTube channel. We were he doesn't really know too much about the Amico. He's been following it a little bit, and we were just kind of talking about some of the nonsense surrounding it. He goes, "Well, I mean, you've played it, so I'd take your word over anybody else." And I said, "Listen, dude," I said, "it's literally like an arcade experience at home with just like how it's pick up and play. You sit down with 2 or 3 people, 4 people, and you just have fun for 20, 30 minutes. It's like playing an arcade game. It's, it doesn't have to be fancy, and that's not what this thing is made for.
Right.
It's supposed to be simple. It's supposed to be simple for people to approach it. It's supposed to be something that you could easily pick up and play at any age, something that you could just enjoy with your family. It's really that simple. Like, people have been asking me, like today, I have some friends who I'm friends with online, and they watch my content, and they've seen me talk about the Amico, and they had invited me on because they were having a gaming a chat on their channel, and they invited me on. I had no idea. And as soon as I get on, the first thing one of them asked me is like, "Hey, Saggy, I have a question. Could you talk to me about, the Amico?" And all of them were interested in it. So, it's and I explained it to them, like, it's a simple machine. It's a simple gaming device for people who just want something to play, want to get into gaming, and maybe the Switch is too complicated for them. Maybe the PlayStation is too complicated. So now we have another option, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's amazing. And I actually, Pat, he has been pushing. And mind you, Pat was a lot more critical on it than I was. We've literally had legit arguments over the Amico, and he went out there and he had fun, and he stole some of those things from DJC. I'm sorry, we did steal it, but they're going for a good cause. Okay.
Well, yeah, they needed that, of course, absolutely.
And what he was doing is he is telling everybody, because he works at a GameStop, and he is spreading the good word of the Intellivision Amico, because that's how much he liked it.
And this was someone who said it was going to flop,
Yeah, that was exactly he laughed at me, and he said that he's like, nobody at GameStop knows what the F this is. That's exactly what he said. He said, this is gonna flop, this is stupid, I don't think it's gonna sell well. He changed his mind after touching it.
Yeah.
I sat down and played. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I still hear there's no marketing. They're doing marketing. Their marketing sucks. I'm like, technically, they haven't marketed. This is all grassroots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Technically. Yeah, they put out the E3 thing, but that's really not even marketing. That's nothing.
I've done marketing for a decade. This is not stuff you put in your marketing plan. This is grassroots. This is peripheral stuff.
And by the way,
ancillary efforts.
I sat down and played Evel Knievel with Pat for like a good 20 minutes, and it's one of those things where in some ways, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way at all, in some ways it's mindless fun. Gave me a chance to kind of get to know Pat a little bit while we're sitting here playing this game. It's a conversation starter as well.
Exactly. In the Knievel game, which is something I didn't even think I was gonna like, but he likes darts. So like darts and stuff, since that game that's showing right now, like, it's like a darts game.
Yeah.
And he enjoyed it, and he was actually trying to like find like little cheats and stuff to get better, and he was like, yeah, no, tilt it down and just shoot it straight across, and like we were playing with it to try to, and he had fun. He had a lot of fun playing some of these games, and he was like, yeah, this thing actually it's actually good. I like it. And I told him, I was like, well, what do you think? He's like, yeah.
I want to see if I can get a little audio on this, because these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are. I mean, they're legitimately smiling and having fun. These are guys that they just did a video on the director's cut of Death Stranding. So it's not exactly like these guys are retro guys that are, but listen to them. They're trying to, and
oh, they had fun. They had fun.
Yeah, they're true gamers.
Yeah,
that's the funny thing.
Had a blast.
They were having so much fun.
And I want to vouch. I want to vouch for AssassinLupa, because, here's somebody who plays Halo with us. Who plays some seriously hardcore games. Played Outriders. Played that, and tonight she pre-ordered an Amico. I mean, it doesn't matter what level gamer you are. It doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter what your gaming acumen is. Fun is fun. And
right.
These guys are having fun. My son was having fun. You guys were all having fun. That's what matters. And not.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
That's okay. Not for nothing, but when you talk about what the marketing should be, they know what the marketing is going to be. They know exactly what I trust me. Everything they've said about the system so far has been true. I'm pretty sure, and Daniel's in the chat. I'm pretty sure he knows what he's ready to do and when they're ready to do it. I don't think that's going to be a
Why
problem.
waste it? Why waste the money early anyway?
Right.
Exactly.
And just to add to that too, it's like Tommy made this point. It's 100% true. A lot of gamers, they have more than one console in the household. Yeah, more. It's a very common thing now where it's weird for me. I only have one, but most households have a lot more than just one gaming console in their home. They'll have an Xbox, and then they'll have the Switch, or they'll have more than just one console. So having the Amico, it's not going to take away. It's not going to take away from your Xbox gaming. It's not going to take away from your Switch gaming. It's just another game that you can play at the same when you don't want to play Nintendo, or you don't want to play your Xbox. You can get your kids together and say, hey, we're going to play some Shark. You want to play some Shark with mommy?
Mm-hmm.
It's the solution for a different mood.
I'm going to tell you, the reason I was sold on this early on is because I have a lot of friends that live out here, and some friends over on the mainland. They have a lot of kids, and they're very conservative. They just don't play a lot of video games. And the last system that a lot of them I've talked to that now have kids, the last system they had was a Wii. And they just like that simple, casual kind of gameplay. And when I heard about this, I was like, oh, now this is the system. I can actually have my friends over for dinner. I can have like 2 or 3 families over with all their kids, and they can come and play. And this system, they won't be like, well, okay, what can we play together? And well, that one's got a little too much stuff in it for our kids, and there's none of that kind of complication that this is okay for this age group, but not for this age group. This is like everybody can get in, everybody can play. Because I have friends that are in their 60s, and I have friends with kids that are like 5 and 6 years old, and all these friends know each other. And so it's like we have get-togethers quite often, and to have them all together and play something like this is why I'm excited for this.
Right.
I can't do that with my Xbox.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And here's another thing too that people forget. Okay, there are some families who won't buy a PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch for their kids because they can connect it to the internet. Because kids, if they don't want their kids playing certain titles, You know, I've worked at GameStop. Do you know how many times I've had parents come in buying their 10-year-old Grand Theft Auto, and I'm sitting there in my head like, do you know what this game is, dude? Like, do you know? Well, I don't know what it is. My kid just wants it. So parents are unknowingly buying their kids games that, technically speaking, if they knew what it was, they probably wouldn't be buying it. This is something that, again, for parents to want to basically get a game system for their kids where they don't have to worry about their kids taking their credit card and buying a bunch of V-Bucks without their knowledge, or they don't have to worry about their kids buying titles that they don't want them to play.
See, and the funny thing is, we're forgetting this part. Hey, what's up?
I can't wave, but I'm waving, Mike.
We're forgetting about this. There's a lot of parents that look at the game consoles as a babysitter, which is why they don't care that a 5-year-old is playing Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at least this thing here, you could have that babysitter moment if you're that lazy to let them play, and you know that they're safe. However, you're probably going to join in with them.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, it's happened so many times. I can't count how many times my friends with kids have literally had the conversation with me. They're like, "Oh my God, my kid's in trouble." I'm like, "Oh, what'd they do?" They're like, "Dude, my kid somehow managed to spend $200 on this thing called V-Bucks on Fortnite." And I'm sitting there having to explain to them, you know, like or even with the phones, even with the mobile phones. My friend's daughter spent $500 on a Barbie game.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's also a benefit of the Amico is because it doesn't have online. Parents don't have to worry about their kids
and DLC and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, the DLC.
Yeah, I'm going to backtrack. I'm going to backtrack a little bit, but if you listen to them to level 7, what was it? Level 857. If you listen to them playing, right? And you listen to what's going on, you blank out the screen, you can almost think you're at a sports bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how in tune these people are. You know what I mean? We're all watching them play. We're not even playing. We're watching them play, and we're all going at it, going, yeah, oh.
John's playing on an Xbox. John's
What's
playing his
that?
Xbox. John's playing his Xbox.
I'm playing a Steam game. I'm listening. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah,
I was actually gonna say it sounded like I was muted for a minute. It sounded like a sports bar at my house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right? That's what I was talking
and
about.
this was the game. So pause real quick. This was the game that we were over with you live streaming, and we just kept
Like,
hearing
what the hell is
your
going
room
on over
right.
there?
And it's this. And by the way, somebody told me, I can't remember who said it. They were in, I want to say they were in Max's chat or they were in Amico After-Dark. They were somewhere. I can't remember. Somebody said that this particular stage in Evel Knievel is a real place in Iowa.
Yeah, that was in After
Oh,
Dark.
yeah. I remember us talking to that guy.
Tommy might have told us that.
Chat.
No. There was somebody in a chat or a comment, and they said
In my
that
comment
this-
section.
That's what it was.
Me and you were talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, there's a launch pad out there and everything still."
Right, and the bullseye is still there with a plaque.
I want to see that, dude. I would love to see that.
I have a question for John.
There's about 15 rocket cars stuck into the ground.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, can we do a road trip? Only I'll drive this time.
Can I give you commands from the back seat?
So
I will
John,
listen to it.
here's
Okay.
a question. How in the world did we have that whole get together with everybody there and all that noise in the basement and up top on the upper floor without your neighbor going crazy?
Oh, I think about that.
That's a good
That's a
point.
good question. She might not have been home.
Okay. That must be because it was.
But here's the thing though, because I have that. I mean, you heard my surround sound system down here. Remember, because I was playing music on it. I watch movies down here on my projector with that surround sound system going, and it sounds like a fucking movie theater down here. And I when I first set everything up, I was watching a movie, and then the day later, I saw my neighbor. I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude! I totally forgot to say something to her." And she goes, "I didn't hear anything." And I'm like, "Oh, so maybe I don't know. Maybe the sounds are really good."
Noise
double insulation, double brick.
Yeah, you got that nice
I kept
firewalling.
wondering. When are you gonna get that knock on the door?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised we didn't actually. Now that you mention it,
Never
it's a
happened.
quiet neighborhood, so
Well,
yeah, it's not
especially
too often somebody has
Saturday
30
night.
people at their house.
Well, they probably saw giant mullets and they were like, "Oh, whoa, mullets!" Whoa, you know.
You have a
How?
mollusk.
How? I am simply 6'0". How in the
Because I'm
world?
a normal size. Damn.
Guys, I distributed a lot of pastries before I got to John's house, just like, on the down low.
Ah, there
You
it is.
didn't hear anything.
Ah,
okay.
man. Rab
Had a lot.
brought
That's how
the
you do
goods,
it.
man. Rab brought the goods. Man, those
Oh man.
looking
Next
at
time
these
I'm going to
things,
take
I'm like,
a
what
piece
is
of that cheesecake before it's gone. I just want a slice. I'm that far up to New York. I want an actual real New York cheesecake.
Well, there's actually
2022 Dread.
there is an Italian bakery that just opened not too far from me, and on Monday I'm gonna go because my supplement company has its sampling event at a gym nearby, so I'm gonna go try it out and see if it's even close. But it is a real Italian bakery, so we'll see.
I tell you what,
I'm
that
hoping
food was
I'm
good.
hoping
It
it's
depends
good.
on who you run into, I guess, because down here we got a guy that's from Philly, imports everything, including the water.
Yeah.
He's like literally everything is imported. The only thing he didn't import was the freaking building, and yet they're like, "This is not real Philly." It's like, are you kidding me? Some people are just so picky about certain things.
Well, New Yorkers are insanely picky. So
Yeah,
will say that
I
when
hear
it
that
comes to
about
food.
pizza.
Good taste.
And it's a New York air,
Yeah.
My sales guy is from New York, and he always gives me a hard time. Yeah.
All right, so digital whacker said it's the Snake River Canyon in Idaho. That's what.
Yeah.
It is. So I had the eye right.
There were canyons in Iowa, and I thought there was a deliberate canyon. So, and that Snake River was a famous jump he did in the 70s.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
That would be the one.
Makes sense. So,
Yeah.
So all in all, I mean, this was a weekend to remember. I can't believe you said this earlier in the Discord, John. Tomorrow will be a week.
Oh,
already.
I can't believe it, dude. It's crazy.
It feels like it happened yesterday.
Can we just go back to last weekend and just?
I know, right?
Well, now we need to do another
Holiday Inn,
one.
'cause-
Yes, we
yeah,
need
no
to do
Red
another
Roof.
one so that Peter
Oh
can
my
come
God,
up.
the haunted red roof.
It was haunted.
Get some friends in the
sure.
chat in there.
Dude, I had so much fun, and just enjoying being on the East Coast for the first time. I actually was like, just yesterday, I was like looking at real estate in Pennsylvania. I was seeing what like smaller condos and stuff like that were going for. Not too bad price, man. I was like,
Yeah, if you get in the right spot, it's not too expensive.
No, I told you guys. No. Listen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get all of our friends together. We're gonna buy like some land and just build houses on that land and all live in a little community. We'll be like the retro community there.
Well, we already drove by several communities we could use. We just unboard up those windows.
Yeah,
Cyrus loves that
exactly.
place.
Guys, they already call us a cult. We don't need
Yeah,
to
I
talk
know.
like this.
We have our own
That is
village
right.
now.
We're the village.
Join us.
Saggy Koresh.
Commune.
Well, don't listen, guys.
big
Don't
Amico
don't
name,
think
like a running
over. Don't think this is over because I'm really trying to get Tommy to do more events like this. I'm really like trying to beat it into his head like, Tommy, this needs to happen more. You need to get as many people to try this as possible, even the haters. If they show up to play it, get them to play it, because I'm telling you, Pat was a hater. He was a hater, and I'm telling you, if you can convince one hater to like it, then I think you're doing something good.
I think he even did. I think he even did this last weekend at Crayola. There were
Yeah.
people out there that were highly critical and said, you know what, this isn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Right.
Exactly.
They're not going to
Who's
go
that
pre-order it,
journalist?
but they said, hey, this is okay.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Memes,
So
I mean,
that's what I
memes,
mean.
Memes, who's been in the chat tonight, brother Memes, he said,
Mm-hmm.
"Look, I still want a PS5 first, but it was I saw a lot of his videos that he put up on it, and first off, memes, you have an unbelievable radio voice. I gotta tell you that, man. You've got.
He reminds me of like a cartoon character, but I can't put my finger on which one.
He's huggable, dude. I couldn't stop hugging people,
talks.
dude. I'm sorry. I listen when SaggyCon becomes a thing, I'm hugging everybody. I'm a hugger.
SaggyCon.
Yeah,
I want to go to
SaggyCon.
SaggyCon.
Every time I hug you, my goal is just to squeeze you as hard as I possibly could.
Dude, you literally cracked my back. So yeah.
But we
Well,
need.
here's my prediction. I think Tommy is like in the back of his mind because he loves Willy Wonka. Like he's gonna, if the day comes where the Amico's so successful, he's gonna make like a giant, like amusement park factory.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be like all his Oompa Loompas. So.
I'm the only
Some
one
of us
that's
are pretty tall to be an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We might be a jumbo.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Melonz would be a
Like the wallpaper, it tastes like Kool-Aid.
Melonz would be a Oompa Loompa.
I'm a little too short to be a. I'd be the only Oompa Loompa.
That's too funny.
Why are you picking on my height?
You're freaking tall.
I think he's wearing special shoes. I'm just saying.
You are welcome to pick on my driving, but why my height?
Because you're tall. You're a tall man. Nobody was ready for that.
Oh my
Freakishly
god.
tall.
Ah, look at Seth. I love
It's
him.
your fault because you didn't get us ready for it, Mollis.
I know.
Like you
He was
should have.
such a-
You had to. It's your fault. That's all there's to it.
It is.
You didn't get us ready. You should have.
But yeah, I'm hoping.
You should have prepped us for your.
I'm really, really hoping that
Oh,
Tommy
God.
will come out to at least
So
not
fun.
like out near me and do another event. That'd be really cool. And if he does, I'll
talked
let you
about it
all know. 'Cause
yesterday.
we definitely got to get together
Yeah.
again.
We just
Well,
need to space it out a little bit so I can save up the funds.
Yeah.
How far is Massachusetts from like Pennsylvania and Michigan and
6
like what area?
hours. It's about 6
5 hour
hours.
drive. It's a 5 hour drive for us.
Was it 5?
Yeah,
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
5.
It'd be about a
Unless-
7 hour. it'd be
Unless
about a
Mollis
7 hour
is
drive.
driving, I'm gonna leave him alone.
Yeah. You know.
We
It'd
have
be
good
about
bubble tea. Okay, we have
Yeah.
really good bubble tea.
it would be about 7 or 8 hours for me.
I'd be down.
I might consider flying if we were doing that.
Do they still got that bar, Mamakin's, the Aerosmith bar, or is that gone now? Because I remember they used to have something like that there.
I don't know. I never been there.
Oh,
No.
Oh, I'm going if they got it.
Lady
my
Venture
sister always
says,
wanted to go to that.
do it in Washington State and I'll come here. Well, I'll go to Washington State. I'd fly out to Washington.
We should do something over in Bellingham.
Yeah, if
Get-
it's if
get
it's
away
going
from
over there,
Seattle.
they're going to do it in Vancouver. I mean, this is right across the border.
I keep thinking about a Wienermobile
Oh,
from Relic.
Let's go to White Rock.
Yeah.
Wienermobile,
you know-
the Amico-mobile.
It'd be awesome. I mean, it's launch weekend. It'd be awesome if he came to too many games.
That's where I want to be. I want to get a table
Yeah, I'll
there and
definitely
just
be
to
there.
hang out and sell some stuff. So I'll definitely be coming down for too many games.
All right, we'll
you
be
know,
there.
I mean,
We'll be there this year.
yeah.
Cool.
Brutally Honest Gamer was in here talking about he wanted to see if he can get an Amico for a Pittsburgh convention coming up. But I think getting a few of these, even trying to convince the hardcore gamers is one thing, but getting a few of these for them to play at these gaming conventions is a pretty decent way to, I think, kind of turn a lot of decisions around on what it is and what that experience is. Because I think it's especially something like that where you're around, like maybe you went by yourself, maybe you went with a couple of friends, YouTubers are meeting with their friends and stuff, but a lot of people are there looking for games, looking for camaraderie, and then you have this system like this. I think it's going to be a good experience over the next couple of years, just having this system in places like that.
Yeah.
Wait, we're friends?
Absolutely.
What?
Wait, we're all friends?
Aw.
we're all
all
pretending.
we're all a stock.
We're obviously
photo.
created by Intellivision. Our memories can't comprehend that, and we just think we are.
We're all a stock photo.
A wise man once said.
We're all a stock photo.
But you heard it last night. If there ends up being like a Wiener Schnitzel mobile for or Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile for the Amico, I get to be first dibs on traveling
A driver.
across the
Why would
gotta have
there
a
be a
cost,
wiener
though.
mobile for a meat? That doesn't make any sense.
No, it would be like a food truck or like a creepy ice cream, like a creepy ice
remember
cream truck.
what was it, Conan O'Brien that had that
Just
red
a-
drivable
just a
coach,
plain
the coach
black
that
van.
It's gonna be that truck in Maximum Overdrive pulling a trailer.
With the goblin
boy.
face, yeah.
No.
Yeah, that was a creepy truck.
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
just
try
gonna
the
be.
Alfa Romeo red
I
one.
always think of the guy getting the gasoline in his eyes.
It's
I
just
can't
gonna
see,
be.
man.
It's just gonna be a straight up black van with tinted windows.
Oh my god! Hey
No.
kids, you want to play?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a couch in here.
Actually,
You know-
it's a
you know-
great
no,
idea
seriously.
for him to do it.
I
because-
was talking about that. I was gonna get a van
He
and,
just
and
freaked-
help
oh, there it goes.
babysit. You know, for
Whoa, that's
babysitting,
weird.
let the kids nap. So it was gonna be a kidnapping van.
Taking
I'm
all
sorry.
the fun out of the goddamn.
I'm sorry, I was laughing at Cyrus's face when he froze. It was like the perfect freeze
A
frame.
couple people did that, and I was like watching. I'm like, what's happening?
Oh my goodness.
It's kind of funny.
So
Anyway,
uh,
I'm sorry, but I got to get going. I'm
Yeah.
as long as I can stay. So
We are now on hour 4.
Yeah.
Still on the intro. We're breaking records, Peter.
We're
so you
still
guys-
on the
y'all
intro.
take
Still
care.
on introductions.
Thanks
Shortly-
for coming, dude.
no
Yeah,
problem.
Yeah, it was a blast hanging
Love
with you,
you,
man.
Dread.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love you to death.
And I
gotta-
wanted to tell you, I enjoyed that hanging out at the banquet and chatting. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's
You're
always
also
fun.
very huggable.
It's kind of
Yes.
fun.
Aw.
So
gives very high
I
fives.
appreciate your guys' time and all that, and letting me into the cult.
oh yeah,
You're
Welcome
welcome.
to the cult.
I have
you
pledge.
are in the.
Is that
You are
it? You guys
yes.
are
I've been into the cult stuff.
I guess you're a permanent member now, buddy.
Oh,
So you're in.
yeah.
You're in.
So you're
Oh,
gonna
well.
you're gonna work on getting
Wait.
the stuff up on Anchor. Well,
You didn't do
I
the
got
hazing.
Anchor. It's actually out right now.
oh, is it? All right.
Woo,
Yeah, I
I
didn't
want
want
to
to
check
say
it out.
anything.
Let's check it out.
because I wanted people to stay here first before they shifted over. And it's
Ah.
only the drive. It's only the 1 hour's worth of the 3-hour drive.
Oh,
It's
boy.
okay. That was the best hour.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. So I will.
all right.
Yeah, just shoot me the link to it. I'll get the link out to everybody else, and we'll get I'll get the credentials for the Google Drive up, and if you can upload some of that, that'd be awesome.
I'll have to get to it this weekend. I have
No worries.
tomorrow. I'm interviewing Joe from Song of Iron.
Oh, nice,
Oh,
So
nice.
that on the creative feature.
nice.
So yeah. So
All
after
right.
that, sometime trying to get all that set up. So all right, I just sent it to you.
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Good
brother.
night,
Dread.
everyone. Thanks
All right,
again.
good night.
Take care.
Good night, Red.
Take care, buddy.
Now, if I can remember how to hang up.
All right,
See
wait
ya.
till he's gone to truly talk about him.
Click.
Is it off? Is it off?
Hey, Ma.
Where's the
Oh,
meatloaf?
We didn't even, we
Hey,
didn't
I'm
touch
very
it.
interested.
We didn't touch on this Flying Tigers game very much. Like
Oh, I played that a lot. I love that.
How-
Jack loves
how out of left field did this game come? I mean, out of nowhere. I mean, we knew he
Yeah,
was
we didn't know
developing
about
it.
this game. What, 3 months ago? We didn't even know
Yeah.
about this game.
Right.
No, just at E3, I thought.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's plenty more like that.
I mean,
that
we
haven't
heard
seen.
about it, but we didn't
heard
see
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Tommy's been talking about it.
Well, it's it's a very it's interesting because it's an Italian developer from what Tommy, because I was asking Tommy about it because I'm going to do a review on it, just or a preview review, whatever you want to call it. And the Flying Tigers was a squadron of pilots that was Army, Navy, and well, the Air Force wasn't a thing yet, but in World War II.
The Army.
It was actually before, it was before World War II started. So there's a little bit of history to it as well. It's pretty cool. But it gave me a 1943 / like Neo Geo vibe to it. I was really impressed. And the fact that it's not done yet was even more impressive because I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, he brought it was just a 3-level demo is what he brought.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same developer that's doing the soccer game.
It is. The
Yeah.
same developer.
That one looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, wow, this is just a killer. this is something for us. Now could my kid play it with me? Yes, but this is like one of my buddies.
This
comes
one's
over.
all me. This is going to be the kids go to bed. I'm playing some shmups on the Amico.
Yeah. Rigid Force, Flying Tigers.
Yeah, and I mean, I was thinking about this earlier. There's times when, I don't want to come downstairs and fire the systems up, and but I still want to jump on a party chat. Peter and I and some other people jump on party chats a lot and talk, and we're always like playing different games and stuff. And sometimes I just throw my headphones into my phone and pop on the party while I'm sitting upstairs, because I don't want to come downstairs and get everything out. But this would be the perfect thing to just fire up for 20-30 minutes while I'm talking to my friends. And I'm playing Astro Smasher, I'm playing this from yes, Daniel, you have a Flying Tigers game. Here's the first footage of it for you. So.
Boo, Flying Tigers, boo. I hated that game, boo.
You'll believe
suck
it,
at it,
Saggy, see, that's a real shooter, Saggy.
Yeah.
No, whatever.
Not
That's
that
not a real
nonsense.
shooter.
It's actually kind of crazy to think that this console hasn't come out yet. And it
I know.
already has
Big
three
following.
shooters.
The
Oh, that
poster
too.
for this, should say, "You'll believe a tiger can fly."
No, that
Tigers
game
can fly.
That game angered me as much as Biplanes did. I was all set with both those games.
Oh.
I literally gave my controller to Tommy. Tommy came over, was like, let's pretend you're kicking butt. I was like, no, you can just kick butt. I'm done with this game.
Oh, John, I wish you'd uploaded the Biplanes footage of me, Relic, and Cyrus. Oh man, I wanted to show that tonight, but
yeah, I'd like to see that again myself.
I have to get that on there. I was extremely busy today.
I'd like to
didn't
watch
understand how
that
the
several
controller-
more times.
Yeah,
But
Cyrus.
I will give Cyrus this, man. Cyrus is legit. Cyrus is legit at Biplanes.
He still couldn't kick my butt in skiing. though.
AmicoFest 2022 will be like, see, that's the cool thing, is this can be like an annual thing. Me, Cyrus, and
Oh, yeah.
Relic, and the annual Biplanes go at it.
Well, I was
The
talking
thing-
to Tommy.
Yeah,
I
we're
did
actually
mention
practicing
they're
on
going
the
to
old
start
ones,
doing
so-
more smaller things locally, around California as well, to get it into the hands of people.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice, man.
Cyrus cheated in Biplanes. I'm calling it now.
But
Calm
I
it.
mean,
This
we
didn't have any lag.
Yeah.
Not enough lag.
It didn't have lag, guys. I just sucked at biplanes. Like at one point, I was just flying straight across the screen because I was too afraid to move any direction.
Did you
because
go
I was
into
like,
free fall and you're like,
yeah, every time I was going down, I'm like, I think I'm just gonna go down. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go back up.
At first, I didn't realize about the spinny move. That kind of pulls you out of a dive too. You hit that left button and he does the spin.
Oh, that's what it does. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wasn't hitting those
Well,
buttons,
it's supposed to
that's
be
why.
for avoiding, but I found that like when you start going into free fall, if you started aiming with the loop and then spin, it comes
you know
back
what,
up.
Chuck, you don't have to tell everybody everything, okay?
Oh, whoa.
Ah.
I mean, wouldn't that be something? Is that how
Wouldn't it be
it doesn't
something?
sound the same way.
Right. Yeah.
Wouldn't it something? As Max said.
So
Gonna be starting something.
So as we've gone 3 hours talking about the Amico, which is amazing, Peter, have you seen? I mean, what else could we tell you?
Nothing. I mean, it looks good. I want to get my hands on it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
F you all.
Sticky button. The sticky buttons. No, listen, Peter. I will honestly say it's hearing us talk about it, and I've been saying this ever since I came back. Hearing us talk about it's one thing. Like, people have been listening and watching all of our videos to like see what our thoughts are and see the footage. But it's like none of it does this console do justice. It needs to be experienced personally. It needs to be seen. It needs to be touched. You need
I'll be
to
back in a
actually
minute.
have a chance to put it in your hands and play it to fully understand like how we feel, like how we felt that weekend. So that's all I can really say to anyone watching. Like you guys can like, I appreciate you guys being here and listening to our thoughts, but you have to, if you have a chance and it's near you, take that trip, find some friends in the area, be like, hey, let's do something fun this weekend. Let's go try this new thing and do it. It's going to be an amazing experience for you.
Well, I'll tell you what, when this thing does launch, I can see a bunch of us, just even local guys that are. Well, when is too many games?
October something.
October
end of
Isn't it like October 9th or something like that?
Yeah, October
It's the
8th through
same kind
10th.
of like the launch date.
It's exactly
dude.
around the launch. But because I'll tell you what, if any of us founders, yeah, it's 8, 9, and 10 is the. I mean, unfortunately, if the founders comes out on time, we would get it the last day of the show. That'd be kind of tough.
It'd be just in time for our OLED switch.
Right, which comes out 2 days ago.
OLED switch.
A little deep.
OLED switch.
So that'd be tough. But I can see us.
OLED.
But I mean,
The Switch
you know,
that nobody asked for.
I know. Hey,
Well-
we made it white and kept the same Joy-Cons.
All right,
But the
so-
screen is this much bigger.
Yeah. So about that, I mean, I think we've Amico'd out.
And one thing that I want to say is like, you know,
No, please.
you know, just seeing the footage, you know, at the expo was a million times better than the E3 footage. So
I agree, and we love the guy who made the E3 video. We love him, but you know, we understood the whys.
Oh,
Look, don't what?
no, nothing.
What? Say it, John. Say it.
I just died.
Oh.
Oh, you're playing a game. Okay, I thought something. I
Yeah.
thought something happened. I was like, what'd I say?
Oh, he's playing on his brand new. Hold on. Brand new Steam Deck.
Actually, I am on Steam. I was playing some Steam games
Is
because I did load Steam to see that thing, and it looks like you're on Steam too.
How about that for a segue?
Yeah.
I was talking about this earlier, the Steam Deck, and if it basically is a handheld computer and it's as powerful as a computer, oh yeah, I was actually shocked that the price was low for something that's basically a piece. What the shock was.
It's been rumored to be 400 for the past 6 months, I think.
Well,
Past
it's
8
so
months.
it has.
This is the first I've heard about it. Even
It has 3 price points. It has the $400 one, 64 gigabytes of hard drive, and then it goes up to 650. 650 is a 512 gigabyte drive. So
512,
yes,
yeah.
right. So the fact that
it's just enough for Call of Duty.
right, but it's like because the fact that it's about 650 at most is like shocking to me. I would expect this thing to be $1,000 or more.
No, because it's Valve. Valve has all the money in the world and its economies of scale. You know, there's nothing new about this system. The Aya Neo was supposed to come out this year, and they could only sell, or they could only make I think 1,000 pre-production units, and they've got to sell that at $1,200 because it's a boutique laptop that's been put into this form factor of a nice little Switch-like handheld. The GPD Win 3 is the same thing. It's an expensive boutique sort of, they can do them in small batches and they can make something like this that's really cool, but they can't make 10 million. They can't get those component costs down. So it's basically the cost of, they have to sell them at the cost of a laptop. Valve has its own ecosystem. They don't have to make their money on this system. Anyone else that makes something like this, they have to then turn around and make all their money off the hardware. Whereas Valve is making money off of every game you buy. And you know what? Valve can turn around and say, hey, buy this system and you can play every one of your games you already have on Steam. And there's 120 million people on Steam, so they know they're going to sell some of these.
Here's what I like about this thing. Because I play a lot of retro games, I also really like the indie retro market. And while there is quite a bit on the Switch, it pales in comparison to what's on Steam. And I love my Steam games, and if I can have access to that while I'm sitting on my fat ass on my recliner at night and I don't want to walk downstairs and play on my laptop, that's huge for me. Plus it has cloud save, so I can access my saved games. I mean, this is like for something that I'm going to use it for. I really like that they have the 3 SKUs, because the 400 price point for me is perfect, because I'm not playing AAA games on Steam. I'm just not. I have a PS4. I'll play that stuff on there. I have my PC, you know, I can play that on here as well. So like this is just for me, this is like a Steam Boy. You know what I mean? Like I can play my
That's what
my
I should have called it, a Steam Boy.
Yeah,
Better than a
I
Steam
could play
Boy.
I could play my indie games on this thing, you know, knock out 20. I was just playing what the hell was I just playing? This Gun Heroes game. Not Gun Heroes, it's like Gunstar Heroes. Gal Gunners or some shit. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a little run and gun game. If I could play that upstairs, great. This thing, I actually already put in the thing to get notified when I can pre-order, because I'm 100% gonna pre-order this thing.
I'm gonna try to too.
I mean,
And did you, Mike? Did you see what they're doing to prevent scalping? Did you hear about
no,
this?
what are they doing?
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
So if you are,
You do have to
if
do a
you
reservation.
you have to have had a Steam account within the last month or within by June. And not only that, but you have to have been active or purchased a game before June of 2021. So what they're preventing people from doing is going on Steam, making an account to purchase one so they can scalp it. So they're giving the Steam users kind of first dibs, which is what Sony should have done and what Xbox should have done with the with the bullshit that went on there. So kudos to Steam for that, because they didn't have to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
They did not have to do that, and that's a good look on them.
Yeah. So this thing is crazy as far as what's under the hood, but it's also, I mean, it's got a touchscreen, it's got dual trackpads, right, on both sides, right, and it has gyros in it. So I mean,
Wow.
it's
Yeah.
this thing is for real. So you can add storage to it, by the way. So it's got an expandable USB jack, so you can throw another drive onto it. So
it does SD cards too. It does SD.
It does
And it said
SD cards.
you can even play games straight off the SD cards.
Yep. So
Which is
Brian,
kind of why I like the 3 price points, because I was thinking about, I'm not really concerned about how fast things load. So to me, the base level one would be fine with me. Just buy the SD cards as I go and just keep throwing them in there when I need to, and just keep the games that I like loaded on those, and I'd be fine with that.
yeah. I mean, and Brian F asked about battery life. So it's got a 40 watt hour battery. So you can expect, it says you can expect to get the maximum battery life of approximately 7 to 8 hours with lighter use games like streaming or 2D stuff. So you figure 4 or 5 hours on a big heavy game. That's not bad. And here you go. There's your with the micro SD, and then you could dock it. Use a, it's got a deck you can do kind of like a Switch.
It has a shape like a Wii U with the grips on the back and everything. It's got that kind of
Yeah, it does. It does.
Nice.
You're right.
Yeah, it does.
I could actually see myself buying this. Like, I'm not a PC gamer, but I have a lot of games on Steam, and I could actually see me getting this and then hook it up in the living room and hook it up to the TV, because that's the whole thing. Like, PC gaming in the living room is just such a convoluted mess. But if I had that, like, I could hook it up in the living room, and get a dock for it or something, get wireless control hooked up. That's doable, actually.
And the price is really good, I think. I mean, for what you're getting.
What are these touchpads by the left and right joysticks? What are those for? It looks like there's touchpads on
there's a trackpad on
the
each
Steam
side.
controller. Yeah, it's a track.
Kind of like a mouse.
Like a mouse.
Yeah. And then
it's
and
a
then
strange spot for those, but
you've got trigger buttons on the back. So you got four buttons on the top, and you got 4 buttons on the back. So you can do that. So here's the specs. So they're running Zen processors. So you got a 2CU 8RDNA processor, which, by the way, is half. I mean, this thing's beastly for what it does. That's half the compute units of an Xbox Series S. I mean, for a little handheld thing, that's not bad at all. 16 gig of RAM, and then you've got 3 sets of the storage. But there's haptics on the game pads. There's capacitive touch. There's 6-axis gyro. 16:10 resolution. 7-inch screen. I mean, this is pretty good. Bluetooth 5.0.
Brian, they said it works with just regular USB-C docks, so you don't have to buy their dock or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here
I wonder if you could use a USB-C to HDMI. I'm sure they make them.
Yeah, that's what.
Look, USB-C to DisplayPort 1.4, and you could just get a DisplayPort to HDMI adapter.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Everybody wants Game Pass on the Switch. You can run Windows on this and play Game Pass.
Well, my guess is that you'd have to jailbreak this because it's
you won't have to.
Seriously,
there was a thing I had read earlier, actually, while I was upstairs before I came back on. You're able to load Windows onto it.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to run something like xCloud or Game Pass, it shouldn't be a problem.
Is that official from them? Because I didn't see
that
here.
was from them.
Okay.
It was an article.
All right.
I'll have to find
what
it.
if Microsoft provides you a free Steam app?
Oh yeah.
Steam's running its own. So this is running like a Steam UI, but you have this gives you the option to essentially put Windows on it. Now, how you go about that process, I have no idea how that's going to work, but
okay.
It doesn't really involve any some sort of weird jailbreaking. I mean, you could call it a jailbreak, I guess, if you really wanted to, but it's it's designed so you can do that.
Gotcha.
And that's a huge selling point.
That's cool because they didn't say it here on the site, so I was
it was in an article I read.
Okay.
Like I said, I'll have to find it.
Yeah, I read something like that too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen a PC that literally every gamer on freaking Twitter is losing their crap over. They're just like, wow, this sounds really good. Like people that don't buy PC stuff are looking at this thing. This is
huge. If you're not a PC gamer, but you really want to get into Steam, because there's a lot of good games on Steam, and Steam has a very good, ecosystem. A lot of people don't want to go. Yeah, this is half the price. A lot of those people don't want to go spend $600 because they maybe have a PS4. So this is a good entry point for that. They're getting, and not only that, but they're getting it on the go. It's a very easy solution for those people. This thing is cool, man. I'm really excited. When I heard about this, I wanted to look into it, and I'm definitely, like I said, if you guys have a Steam account, I just read, and you're interested in pre-ordering, you have to go in there and set up a reminder, and then they'll email you. They'll put you in a queue, and I think it's $5 to hold it, and then once it's going to ship in December. Man, if the Amico comes out in October and then I get this thing in December, my wife's not going to see me for a long while, man.
Well, you might have to be sleeping on the couch for the money you're spending.
Well,
you can still play the game.
Cyrus will tell you it's a comfortable couch.
You know what I was just thinking that would be really cool with this thing is sitting on the couch with your headset plugged into your actual device, playing online on Steam with your friends without some weird thing you have to do like the Switch does. I don't even know. Or whatever.
You're right. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And Ryan, you brought up all of a sudden now we're interested in portable games. That's funny because I mean I used to have Switch. I never played it in portable mode because it was so convoluted and strange, especially if you want to play online or anything. It's just whatever. So I pretty much just played on my TV because I was just playing one single player games mainly, unless we played like Mario Kart or something. But this is a whole different kind of thing. This is the full Steam experience. This is everything.
Here's a question.
Games.
Yeah. Here's the question now. Thinking about Steam and the big ecosystem they have, this store with so many games, and now they're gonna have this. I mean, they tried doing it before, but with this handheld, it's like now they're really coming into as being another console. I mean, realistically, this is like it's close in price to a Switch. They already have this access to all these games. I mean, they're really set to go.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to port stuff over. I mean, that's one of the problems the Switch has is if there's going to be a big AAA game, they got to port it over. They got to make sure it runs. This is not going to have that problem. You know, one of the things I've said, you know, why we needed a real Switch Pro, because you're going to have a problem now in 2 years when PS5 and Xbox One Series consoles are going to have exclusive games made to run on that hardware. How in the world are you going to port those games to run onto the Switch? They're going to be so watered down, it's not even going to be the same game anymore. That's why I felt you needed a Pro. This is not going to have that problem.
No.
So,
And it's
yeah, I
funny
mean,
because a lot of
this
people
is going to
on
have
my-
everything Nintendo has without Nintendo titles.
Well, a lot of people on my Twitter feed, and I don't see a whole lot of it, are like, it's good to see the Switch Pro finally announced. I mean, this is what people have, and I'm showing this. If you take a look, this is what the trackpad is used for. So she's moving while she's going down and getting her inventory. So that's what
At least it has the
trackpad is.
logical A, B, X, Y buttons instead of B, A, Y, X.
Hey, what's the battery life? Does anybody know what the battery life is?
2 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
2 to 8 hours. That's a pretty wide range.
Yeah. We always want battery life to be so much better than it always is.
The article I read that they said that you could play like a AAA type game, but it would be like if you set the frame rate down to like 30, you could 4 hours.
If you put into like a
That's
low spec
freaking
mode and you're playing the indie stuff on the Steam store, then you'll be fine for half the day.
Well,
but
it's a 720p screen, right? So you don't really need to have like all the bells and whistles and everything cranked all the way up anyway. Your resolution is not super high.
That's going to be hard to play the bells versus whistles game, but okay.
Dreadpool says the Switch will use cloud for those games, but does Switch even utilize cloud gaming at all yet?
No.
only that test game in Japan.
And they got the calculator game for $9.99. That's pretty good too.
Didn't they have like Quantum Break and Control?
The Switch.
Yeah.
Was that cloud based?
Yeah, think so.
Is Saggy still here? She's been quiet. Saggy,
I'm
you
just-
could
I'm
play Apex
listening.
on this thing.
I don't want to
Yeah.
play Apex on that. I already have it on PlayStation. Why did I play it on PC? I'm just listening because I'm not a PC gamer,
I'm
and I
not
like
either.
it does. Well, no, it does seem cool, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. I mean, if this thing can do everything that a PC does, which they claim it does if you install Windows, which is fine, but it's like for me personally, I prefer having like a computer, like a bigger screen to do computer like stuff as opposed to having a smaller screen. So like for me, like it's cool. I like the idea, and I think this is more up hardcore PC gamers alley. But for me personally, I'd rather just, if I'm going to play PC games, I'm just going to do it on PC, because if I already have a PC, I'm not going to buy a handheld to take it, because I just prefer doing. I have a laptop, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I get that. I have a laptop too, but I like the fact that I could take some of my games with me upstairs or to bed or wherever else I need to go.
I mean, you could do that with a laptop as well.
Not as easily, not as portable.
Yeah,
Not on
but
the.
it's not
I don't know.
easily.
I don't like
Yeah,
being
I-
on the bed trying to play something on the lap.
She makes a good point. She makes a good point. Like, it's not going to be something everybody's going to be like, oh, this is, it's cool, but yeah, it's something.
Yeah,
Here we are.
Geeks or Cash said, from a hardcore PC gamer perspective, this isn't what they want. Yeah, I don't think this would appeal to a PC hardcore gamer. I think this is more for those people who are like I said, they want to get into PC gaming, and even OEBP kind of mentioned it in the chat, but it's just not palpable for them. This is kind of more.
This is something I would be interested in.
A way in.
You guys sound like a bunch of haters. So
I'm gonna make about 5 videos on all of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a
Damn it,
Tumblr. I'll make a
website.
Tumblr page.
Damn it,
Here's the
just when
thing,
I thought it was out.
you sound like a bunch of haters, bro.
I just gotta get
Call it
myself
out.
something between 2 trees and just lay there and tell you
John-
about it.
Retro
John,
Bro
here's the
thing for
has
me.
the Steam Deck cult now.
Yeah. I don't do.
So
I'm pissed that I got to spend more money, but whatever. I'm gonna buy this thing anyways.
I mean, honestly, I'm shocked at the price point. I really did think it was going to be more. That's the thing that shocked me, and that's why I was kind of like, that's kind of cool though that they came out with something that's as powerful as a computer, as a handheld, and it's not going to break like your bank. It's pretty much the same price as like what the PlayStation 4 was. So it's like
they're losing money on this thing. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
right, but it's still cool to have that option.
Yeah,
But
they're making it.
Yeah, what I like about it is my PC. I have a gaming PC. It's not super high end, and it works pretty good. But I have to come in, fire it up because I don't leave. I have an issue with it right now where if I leave it running for whatever reason, the screen freezes. Like I can't get it to come back on. I have to manually shut it off. But before that, even then, I had to fire it up. It goes through the system, and then I have to then Steam's always doing an update, and then it's like, okay, I'm done with that. Then I can start Steam. Then I can start playing the game. This seems more like I can just jump in, kind of like the Amico. You just jump in and sit down and start playing. Like I don't have to fire up my PC or I don't know. It's Windows and me have never had a great relationship. Every time I get like a computer. And this thing I bought brand new, literally like a year and a half ago, and I'm already having some issues with it. And it's just like, so I have to shut it off every night before I go to bed because if I leave it in sleep mode or whatever, it's just been a pain in the butt. So bypassing Windows for me is right there. I'm like, okay, I'm sold. Give it to me.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, I like. Imagine somebody cracking this thing and throwing a Switch emulator on it.
Okay. If you put
if
Windows
it's
on
got
it,
Windows, it's going to be hacked. You can put you're going to be able to put GameCube. You're going to be. I mean, the specs of this, you're going to be able to put just about everything up until the current gen on there.
You'll be able to run Switch games on there. You'll be able to run Switch games on there.
Yeah, there's no hacking. You're just putting emulators on.
I mean, for everybody saying like, just put it on the Switch. I just want to see this on the Switch. I just want to see this on the Switch. Port begging. This is now everything. So I've always kind of thought that the Switch is very much an unstoppable juggernaut, but I could see, maybe some people that would have gone kind of a little late adopter for the Switch might look at something like this and think maybe this kind of fits the niche of what would have been, Sony's new Vita or something. They just, it's not going to do anything unique or interesting in the fact that, it's Steam, but you can get everything on it.
Yeah.
And think about the timing of this. It's like they waited for Nintendo to drop
They absolutely did.
And then they're like, hello.
Yeah, check this out.
And the fact that it isn't their Pro, it's just the OLED that they came out with is like, they were probably like, oh yeah, this is time. Let's do it. It's like,
I actually really want this. I actually think I'm going to get this because I would like to be able to play my Steam games without figuring which PC do I have Steam on again and what and just have it on that and then done.
After this.
Well, I don't have a decent working gaming PC anymore. It's been too many years. So there's a lot of stuff that doesn't work optimized, and trying to work stuff off like Mac is a bit of a pain in the ass. So this really does kind of fit a void for a low cost point entry for people that don't have a gaming PC and want to kind of explore that whole world.
Well, not just that, but if this does really run Windows, or if you could put just even in Linux mode, put a browser on it that's compatible with, say, Project xCloud, which is part of my Game Pass Ultimate subscription, and then then this thing would run, as Mark was saying in the chat, and a couple of us are saying, if this thing would run something like RetroArch, this could be like my ultimate handheld.
It'll run anything that Windows runs.
I wish Nick was in. I wish Nick was in here right now so I could fight with him on this.
He did a video today on it.
Yeah.
It'll do all the emulators that you. This thing's amazing. This is a huge thing. This is a great solution for a lot of different types of games.
Nick is right about one thing though. This is not the first time Steam has tried something like this. You guys remember the Steam box a few years ago?
Yeah, we remember the Steam box, but
that's different.
That was half
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
This
was
is a system
quiet,
for
and
the
that
year.
was their first attempt. This has been a couple of years in the making that they've been working on this.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is going to be a Steam killer, or a Switch killer. I could see this though, kind of removing a little bit of momentum,
Yeah, especially on the the indie side and stuff on the Switch. I mean,
especially later in the life cycle as we start.
I think they take away customers from from not the moms and the dads and the kids, like that they're going to want Nintendo, they're going to get a Nintendo, but the people who are buying Switch for handheld indie titles, because I think there are people out there that do that, and then hey, maybe some Nintendo games are a bonus. I think maybe you take some market from them, but as far as it being putting a dent in Switch's sales, I don't really see it. Like you said, Rab, they're a juggernaut, but I don't know. Maybe this forces Nintendo to get off their ass a little bit and start moving on some of these titles they've been telling us about for the last few years that they haven't given us.
Competition's always good.
Yeah,
I agree. Like Nintendo's Nintendo. People are always going to buy Nintendo products, no matter what. I mean, why if you want Mario and Metroid and Zelda, you got to get a Nintendo. So this is not going to stop that from happening.
Oh,
you know what I'm wondering though? Go ahead. This is OLED. What I'm wondering though.
One more time, Saggy.
Saggy, go.
OLED. Sorry, Rab. I'm sorry. I was far away from my mic.
The Rab advocating violence on. Yeah. Canceled. The thing I'm wondering though is, like, right now we've heard like, will Nintendo ever go back to like just a console based, like a home based console? Like, no, they're going to be hybrid forever. They're going to be handheld forever. This is going to be like, the Switch is going to be what they do from now until the end of time. And then you have another camp that's like, no, Nintendo always changes it up, and even when they have a good idea, then they turn around and give you like the Wii U, or they had the Super Nintendo and then they went to the N64. They had the N64 and they did a Virtual Boy in there as well. But they never stick to the same formula. They like to change it up. I wonder if something like this, if it doesn't become a little more successful, Nintendo could kind of see like a little bit of shrinking in that market share, and kind of wonder like, okay, if Steam can make this successful and a bunch of people can get on board, and then another can kind of get on, does that kind of maybe change their thinking about like staying in that hybrid or handheld console direction for as long? Because if you have something that this is category creation. This is creating an affordable handheld PC gaming machine, something you don't have in the market. You've never had anything under like $800. Now unless you get something like a really cheap Chinese import, which is not something that's like a consumer market good that the masses are getting. This is something that the masses could get. This is something that is affordable. It is a known entity. You have all these the world of PC games is there. You already have a very established ecosystem and operating system. So if you have something affordable that's coming in at the Switch's price point that does just about the same thing as Switch, but it doesn't have Nintendo specific games, I wonder if that changes some of the thinking for Nintendo moving forward when they're looking at the successor to the Switch.
No, I don't think that. See, so here's the thing: the Switch being a hybrid console, I don't think Nintendo. It's the only hybrid that really does what the Switch does. It was like a revolutionary thing, which is why I think after the Wii U's flop, and we're gonna call it flop because that thing was a flop, the Switch kind of really like Nintendo redeemed itself with the Switch. I will honestly say that the whole idea of having a machine that when you dock it, boom, it's on your TV. And then guess what? When you want to make it portable, boom, now it's portable. That was really a cool thing that PlayStation, Xbox doesn't do. Now with PC gaming, we have laptops that make it still somewhat portable, but now we have like a handheld portable device, which again, since it works like a computer, yes, you can get adapters and connect it so it connects to your TV. That's also fine. That's cool. But again,
it does come with a dock too, Saggy. You could buy a dock for this thing.
Right. But that's the thing. If it has a dock, then it's just doing what Nintendo does. So what's really the difference? I think Nintendo will be fine. I think Nintendo is going to stick with this Switch for a long time the way they do it. And if they're going to come out with another Switch, I think they're going to take the route that PlayStation and Xbox do. Just make another version of it, but improve it. Don't change it completely. Don't make it crazy. Just have what's working, which is this hybrid device, and the next model that comes out should just be like the Switch, but just whatever else different you can do with it to make it a better version of what it was. I don't think that Nintendo should go back to just being a standalone console thing, because I like what the Switch is. It's a cool device that is a portable, and this is what it is. These people are emulating what the Switch does. So that's why I think that's what I mean. Like when you said, like John said, it has a dock. Why does it have a dock? Because the Nintendo Switch has a dock.
And yet Nintendo's own numbers will tell you that like 70% of people only play it in portable mode, which in which case it's not anything more revolutionary than what the Vita was doing. Yes, it can be a hybrid system, but if a lot of their audience is not using it like that, it just kind of draws questions to me. Like if something like this could be successful, does that kind of change their thinking? I'm just kind of throwing that out there.
I mean, I'm sure it would, because when you're dealing with consoles, they all look at each other, right? They all look at each other to see what other companies are doing, right?
That's it. We're putting a crank on the side.
Right. They're literally looking at what these new like PlayStation and Xbox. They look at each other like, what is? I wonder what Sony's gonna do with the next console. Well,
Daniel C hit the nail on the head. But all just like Amico, Switch is a different market than this. This is for hardcore PC gamers that want to be mobile with PC games versus Switch type games.
Well, Daniel sounds like a hater.
But that's the difference. That's the difference. Because people buy a Nintendo for Nintendo games. These people are buying this game to have access to their already PC library on the go.
Right.
That is the difference. It is a different market. Daniel's a smart dude.
I have one concern about
there's something
the
else.
design,
I think that we're looking at the wrong shot across the bow. This is not a shot across the bow to Nintendo. This, to me, is a shot across the bow to Epic. Because don't forget, Epic has been taking exclusive games away from Steam and doing a lot of stuff. This is a way for Steam to fight Epic in a way that Epic can't, or at least probably never thought to fight with. That nobody.
Well, you got also. Mike, you're on to something here, because you also got to look at it from a business standpoint. If you're Valve, you're thinking, how do we get more people on Steam? Like what is Xbox doing right now? Xbox is, how do we get more people on Game Pass? Valve is, how are we going to get more people on Steam? Well, here we go. Here's an entry point for maybe millions of users that don't have Steam but want to have Steam. So
also the exclusive content for each platform. There are games you can get on PC that you can't play anywhere. Like VR gaming was mainly a big thing with PC gamers. Not everyone's a PC gamer, so not everyone had access to VR gaming. Then guess what? We got PSVR. Now people who play PlayStation can now play virtual games. And even then, that's limited because they don't have access to all of the games that are very popular on PC games. Like, we don't get VR chat on PSVR. You can play PSVR. You can play VR chat on the Oculus, and you can play it on PC games, but you can't play it on PlayStation. So it's also the exclusive contents that people are going for. Nintendo still, like Daniel said, Nintendo has established content. They have the Mario franchise that's exclusive to them. People are still into that. They have Pokemon that's exclusive to Nintendo. That's a popular franchise that people still want, and that's why they still buy these systems for the exclusive content.
You guys are killing me with this. I had to come in.
I have a concern about the design, though. I just want to throw it out there real quick and see what you guys think. Like, I know Switch Lite's similar to this because it doesn't have Joy-Cons. It can't come off. And we've already had problems with Joy-Cons. I've had problems with Xbox controllers with stick drift and other things failing. And the nice thing about the Switch is that, if you have a bad Joy-Con, you just replace it. This thing doesn't have that. So you get this, it's not super expensive, but it is a pricey unit. And you have these, they're part of the unit. So how's that going to fare over, if you're really into playing and stuff, as the stick starts to wear out and all that. Anyway,
That's a good question.
It's not. You're not going to be able to replace it.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah,
design,
I don't think he was asking that. I think he was saying like over time, how's it going to fare? Like, is it going to break down, quickly, or is it going to be? I mean, Valve is known for putting out quality stuff, so that's
kind of. Their Valve controller is considered the worst piece of crap ever.
Okay, I had not heard that take before.
Their Valve controller is non-existent now.
Nick, you sound like a Steam hater.
No, they have a random record. They have some things that are amazing. They have some things that are not. Their controller was not well received. It was not well designed. It didn't hold up very well. However, the Index is a pretty amazing piece of VR kit. So they've had some hits and misses on here. Yeah. They're a lot more stable than, like, say, Google, who will make something, it won't sell gangbusters, and then they'll just drop it like a bad habit. So they're not nearly as bad about that. But they'll take some risks, and then they'll just drop stuff. Now, do I think they're going to drop this? No. Do I think this is for hardcore PC gamers? Absolutely not. You cannot sit there with a serious face and tell me somebody that sits down in front of their PC and has a full-on built-out rig, the PC Master Race people with 120 frames per second, 1 millisecond refresh time screens and their keyboards.
Right. I would agree.
To sit down and play.
I would agree. Those people, yes, it's not for them, but I think it is for PC gamers who would like to enjoy their games without having to sit at their desk all the time.
Let me when they travel, if they work.
That's what I was going to traveling. Like there's hardcore PC gamers that you're absolutely right, Nick. They spend a crap ton of money and effort and all that trying to build this master rig. But they would really like to be able to, when they travel or when whatever, take some of their Steam games they already own, their library they're already heavily invested in, because they are hardcore PC gamers. Because there's a lot of games that don't require that massively crazy hardware, right? There's tons of games that people like. I mean, shit. I'm sorry. There's tons of games that we play on Steam all the time, John, that are like these little 8-bit, 16-bit looking games that aren't even nothing, but they're still fun to play, right? There's a lot of that type of stuff that you would have access to without even being concerned about the power of something like this. So I don't know that it's necessarily fair to say it's not going to appeal to hardcore gamers, because I think there's different reasons why people choose the different things that they have. Like, I own all kinds of handheld game systems, and I don't even, like Ryan keeps trying to remind me in the chat, I don't even like playing in handheld mode for gaming, right? But I still own all these things because there are certain experiences that I do enjoy with my 3DS or with my PSP Go or whatever, So I'm just saying, like, I get what you're saying, Nick. I get what you're saying. This thing's not a powerhouse. This isn't an all-in-one solution for everything. But I think it for the price point, especially, this is compelling for a lot of reasons, maybe to that group of people that you think it might not be.
That's all. Like Chad is complaining about Echo.
Just to kind of put it through its paces and kind of see how it works, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And to see if I
enjoy it
and what I enjoy on it, because there's certain games but here's the thing: most of the games I think I would put on this that I would play on the go, I can play on my Switch. What the Auto, Dark, things like that I play mostly with a controller, right? I could see playing those on here, but I have them on here. Why would I spend $500 on this and not just double dip for them on the Switch? I would save money unless I had hundreds of them that I wanted to load on here that I already own, right?
Okay, but
would be an advantage.
But there's a lot of people that don't own a Switch that don't want to pay for Nintendo's online, and they like the idea of being able to do all of their gaming through Steam the same way with their friends that are already on Steam and all that kind of stuff. There's an ecosystem issue to that, right? So it's not necessarily like you might say, well, I would rather just go ahead and get, the Switch and just buy the games that I on there. But I don't know, there might be a lot.
I can see what you're saying though, because if you let's say you are a Switch or a Steam PC gamer and you're like, and you don't own a Switch, and you're saying, oh, in your mind, well, why would I buy this? I can just go buy a Switch. Well, because if you have these games that are like indie type games that you like playing and you want to take them on the go, now if you go buy the Switch, you're going to have to go buy that game again, you know, if it's a game you like. Whereas if you already have a library of games in your Steam library, like I've got a nice pile of games in there, but I don't have them on my Switch. I have a Switch, but they're not on there. So I'd have to go buy that game again. When if I have this device and I've already got a nice library, I can just go, well, now I can take them on the go.
Well, here's another cool thing about this. Say in 4 years they do an updated version that's more powerful. Well, guess what? You're gonna be able to buy the new version and have full
your library goes
backwards compatibility, and you'll still have access to everything. So, I mean, that's a nice feature that PC gamers enjoy, and that kind of translates over to this.
And that's something that the consoles have started doing too. At least with the Xbox ecosystem, they've started to do that as well. So that's becoming less of an issue as far as console gaming goes too. Now, whether you like how they're doing, that's debatable. And I agree with that from that standpoint. I guess my thing is as a PC gamer, and I consider myself more of a PC gamer than I do anything else these days. I spend more of my time either hooking a console to my PC or paying something either off Game Pass on here or buying it off of Steam. Or playing a Blizzard game and using that launcher.
Yeah, I would say right now PC is my only form of modern gaming as well.
Yeah, I play more of my modern games on my PC because that's where they control best. But the reason I buy them here is stuff like, say, Doom and Doom Eternal. I don't want to use a controller for that. I bought it on PC, so I can use a mouse and keyboard. That's far faster and far more accurate and far more comfortable for me as a PC gamer.
Okay, so you really are a PC master race. You're playing
this
the
on a
keyboard
handheld ever.
Yeah, no, I understand it. But see, you're looking. I think you and I are two very different PC gamers, and I think for someone like me, it appeals to, but maybe someone of your end, it's not going to appeal to someone.
No,
like
I get what Nick's saying 100%. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That'll be interesting to see how.
I kind of do want one, if nothing else, just to play around with and try it. But if I buy one, I'm likely to buy the middle of the road, or just say screw it and get the bigger one.
You gotta have that faster
SSD and the storage space, the storage capacity to be able to have it on there. Because one of the concerns I have with this is, one, how fast is the SSD? They're not telling us how fast that NVMe is because there's a lot of different ratings for those, right? How fast is it? And then secondly, how fast of a micro SD card can you get for like loading times and stuff? Because this thing's only got 16 gigs of RAM. Some of these games are intensive. They have to cache. So if you're caching, is it going to start to chug if you're running it off the micro SD card? And then do you have to find a way to uninstall things from the main NVMe and onto the micro SD card for the ones that don't perform as well to try to fix your performance? Do you have to fiddle with that a lot, right? And if you come out of that and go to the OS, can you load Blizzard's loader? Can you load some of these other loaders for other PC games? Because that's the big advantage that you have as a PC gamer. And one of the things I made point of in my video that PC gamers enjoy is being able to load things like, say, Diablo 3 on there. I already have Blizzard. I already have Diablo 3. I can't get that from Steam. That would be a good handheld experience to have if I had it, to where I don't have to go and buy it on the Switch or some other handheld device, if I could just load it on here. But can I do that? I don't know yet. I don't know how that works. So I have a lot of questions around this that has me kind of on the fence on it. On one hand, I'm kind of on it. On the other hand, I'm kind of, I don't know if it's going to do what I want it to do.
It just goes to show how well I think Valve knows their audience by making those 3 different SKUs. I think that was pretty smart for them to do that. Because for me, I don't need the $529 one. I'm happy with that $399 version.
Yeah, that's what
I know. I'm going to be I know I'm going to be playing games on there that don't need that faster SSD.
Right. That's what I would be looking at.
Makes another point too. If you want your Steam games on the go, when you just buy a gaming laptop, and depending on how much this thing comes with, and whether or not you want to use it with a dock.
I don't know.
If you want to use it with a dock and you want to have it hooked up somewhere else or something like that on it, how much is the dock going to be? If that runs $300, you're starting to look at gaming laptop range. Then what's the freaking point?
Well, okay, but you got to let me say what I was trying to allude to earlier, which is maybe just a me thing, but I would really like to be able to have all my Steam stuff on a device that I only do that on, that I'm not like, like I put Steam on my laptop, but then I have all this other stuff on my laptop, and I'm like, oh, let me take this
I
off
can't
and
edit
this
my
off.
video.
Right, and I move it over to the other computer, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I gotta hook that computer. I gotta get on that computer if I want to play Steam. No, I don't want to put it on this, so I put it back, and then I'm like, which games do I install and not install? Like, it's kind of a me thing. It's not like I don't know if it's a regular problem people have. So for me, the appeal is this is my Steam box. It's portable. I can play it on my TV. I can play it in whatever. But when I want to play PC games, I just drag that thing out and do that.
That's exactly why I'm interested in it.
And that's the perspective that I think I'm trying to drive home here. This isn't for the PC crowd. This is for the console crowd.
Yeah,
Wanting
you're
to
right.
play some PC games. If you're curious about PC games, this is a cool entry point if you
Right.
didn't get in on the Steam box.
And that's
Agreed.
what I
This
think
is-
they're looking at.
This is a handheld Steam box, guys. Don't lie to yourselves. It's a handheld Steam box in a cool little kit.
Yeah,
That's
and
I don't think I
that's-
was lying to myself. Was I lying to myself?
You're
Like,
lying.
no,
You are a
Steam box.
liar,
It's
liar, pants on
absolutely
fire,
a Steam
Cyrus.
box.
No, you're right.
The
Nick.
Steam
You're right.
box, I don't know, was very like practical to a degree because, well, I mean, I don't know. What am I saying?
It was a console
There
that
wasn't-
played just Steam games. It just brought you into Steam.
Yeah.
There wasn't a
That's
lot of a
exactly what
marketing
this
push
does.
behind it either. So
By the way, if I
I
want
think
to
it was
get
them
a,
tipping their toes in the water.
if
Don't
I
piss
wanna
in my
get a-
Cheerios, Nick. I want one.
If I, if
I'm
I,
not
if
saying
I
don't
wa-
get one. I'm probably going to get one.
if I
But
get a gaming
you got to
laptop,
understand what you're getting into, too. Don't tell
Right.
me it's not a Steam box when it is.
well,
Not a
It's
Steam
just
box.
got,
It's
like,
handheld.
it's just got dual analogs tagged to it, and it's got some touchpad.
I
And
think
it-
we're.
the
I think
arcade it looks more like a Wii U.
hold on.
And I'm worried about how wide this thing is because the Wii U controller is kind of awkward to hold for a long period of time because it's just awkward and cumbersome. How big is this thing? Right.
I actually like the feel
Like
of
the
the
Switch
Wii.
and
I like it.
long because it's too wide.
Well, there's a lot of questions, right? We just found out about it, so we'll have to keep looking into.
You know what we need to do, guys? We need to get the CEO of Valve on here so he could tell
Yes.
us all about his new console.
Yes, because you know,
I feel like
Gabe,
it's for
we are
Ryan.
so friendly.
Babies.
Hey, I'm
first.
not far from their headquarters, man. I can go down there and knock on their door, see if you'll come out.
Oh, Daniel with the that's what she said for the it's too wide. That's awesome.
that's it.
Nice, Daniel.
All right.
And I'm getting canceled. Come on.
Yeah.
But this conversation was right. Had this conversation.
Well, you
No,
did. You
we're,
did.
we're
Rab's too
glad.
woke
We're
to get
glad we.
canceled.
We're
Come
glad
on.
we went 4 hours so that you could actually get in on this.
Whew.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
It was
Peter,
worth it. I wanted to come back and talk about this.
I know.
Yeah,
Peter,
are we
you're,
at
you're last
topic
person.
number one?
Peter, what do you
You're-
think about it?
I think it's neat. It's not for me.
Mm.
I mean, if somebody wants to give it to me, heck, I'll take it and play it. But it's not worth having to sleep on the couch over that.
Yeah.
It's not a yes, it won't say no.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way I could. I'm married. I can't buy this.
But I can definitely see, like, you know, for indie games that people typically want, you know, port back in for the Switch or play it on the Switch, they play it on here. It might be you know, the right move for them, but
Well, if I buy one of these, I'm probably gonna have to spend $1,000 for it because if I buy one of these and my wife knows it's 400, I'm probably gonna have to buy her the dining room table that she's been wanting to get for a while. It's about 600. So I have to be very careful how I make decisions these days.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
All right.
We are living in a time there's like a solution for everything.
Right. So, well,
Hey, if you can't get to the US and you can load RetroArch on it, that would be a cool option too. I agree with you guys on that point.
That's what I said.
Because if you get to those, you don't have to crack it. You could just freaking load it, right?
You could do that
Right.
on
If
you
it's
could
got
do that on
operating system,
anything. Why would
just
you
load
spend?
it.
Yeah, but you could do that on anything, Nick. Why would you spend $400 on this just to play RetroArch?
Oh, and I wouldn't. But if
Well,
you were going to
this
get it
plus-
anyway and you wanted that as an option, then it's another
True.
option if you
True.
do it, right?
I get
I
it.
wouldn't buy it specifically just to put RetroArch on it. That
Right,
there's
right.
No. That's what I got a Razer Kishi for. But to do all of that plus would be the way to
Yeah.
go. So, all right. It is 1:00 in the morning, so, or at least over here on the East Coast. Not for all of you, Cyrus and Relic, but
It's only 11 o'clock here. I got 30 minutes before I got to get back to work.
That's true.
Oh,
And
you were smiling at me.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys do
I know,
it,
man. We couldn't make you mad at all. So Ryan said he didn't see Nick eat dinner during the stream. He feels ripped off. It's the wrong show, Ryan. It's the wrong show.
That's Wednesdays, pal.
That's
when I was eating
Wednesday.
dinner. That's why you missed
eating
it.
during crunch.
So, I want to, man, I want to thank you guys and lady, Sister Saggy too, for jumping in. I want to thank you guys so much for coming on tonight and for really helping us to get our AmicoFest talk in. I know we went, we went long last night too, and to still have you guys be able to talk 3 hours of Amico, it shows how powerful that system has brought us together, what it did for us over that nice weekend, and what I think it's going to do for us going forward. I mean, it has changed our relationships with each other in a great way. And again, if you guys have not subscribed to Cyrus's channel, please do. And he's got an outstanding video there about this feeling that I think we all share, about how this system and just brought us together and just made us a close knit group. And in all honesty, I really can't wait until we can do this again and we can get Peter to feel that close knit piece too, because it was something special. And I know
But
for
not
me,
Chris. He ditched us.
I know Chris
Chris
who?
who?
Exactly.
Right?
I think it looks like Nick is in his spot. So
I'm what? Did I take over somebody's spot?
I
He's
think
put in his time.
Yeah.
Nick is
Yeah.
mad.
And he just became a
I just saw that.
just became a permanent member.
Right.
I would flip you off, but it's kind of a family friendly.
No,
we start next level gaming after dark show.
That's what that'll be for. That'll start at 3 a.m. and that'll be the overnight drive time. So
Yeah, we'll all be naked on that
Yeah.
one.
It's gonna open right after your wife divorces you.
Shirtless with zucchinis.
Yeah, with mankinis.
And mankinis.
Mankinis and Care Bears. So I put everybody's YouTube link down in the description below, and I cannot stress enough. And I'll get Saggy's in there since Saggy did join us. I'll add hers after I'm done. But I can't. This was what, minus the little audio glitches. This was what I had hoped.
There was quite a few.
All right, come on, damn it. All right, can I? Jesus, this was what I was hoping that this stream would be.
Little glitches.
I know. That and tall jokes from Panda Sub. But this was great, guys, and thank you for giving me one more night to really emotionally reminisce, and I can't wait till we do this again. Chat room, you guys were awesome as usual. We didn't have to take anybody. We didn't have to throw any trash out because you guys are just the best. I do hope you guys, some of you who came specifically for the
Nice. Going.
Nice. I do hope that some of you who are here specifically for the Amigo talk will come back and see some of our other talks. So we can we do talk Xbox, PlayStation. I'll get Saggy back on when we get some big PlayStation news, because I know you're a PlayStation gamer, and give you a chance to really come on and talk with us.
To be honest.
Well,
Okay, you know what?
It's an Apex Legends box.
I play other games on PlayStation. Okay, just Apex is my number one right now. Okay, just
Fortnite number 2.
I would be careful, Nick. I would be careful. I'm just
Yes.
saying.
I'm never careful. Have you met me?
No, that's true.
I'm depressed now.
Aw, don't be depressed.
Well, I've already grounded her one week, I think, for every Bubba that was Bubba tea. So,
literally-
you know.
yes, I've literally been grounded for like all eternity.
You mean
so
dirty
I'm just
sink
over it.
water?
That's all right. Wow.
That's what it
So
tastes
anyway,
like. It,
so-
Saggy, if bubble
Thanks, Sean.
tea was
Good
tea
night.
with milk in it, it tastes
Yeah.
like dirty sink water.
Yeah.
Why do you know what that tastes like?
All right, we'll have the
I can
bubble
only
tea
guess.
conversation another night. So
All right.
thank you, everybody. Chat room, you guys are awesome. Love you, Sister Lupa,
Bye,
and
everybody.
congratulations on your pre-order, your Amico pre-order. Everybody, like I said, thank you guys. We'll see you next week. We'll be Peter, me, and it might have to be Nick because Chris might not make it. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys soon. And play on, gamers.
Bye.
Bye.